You're watching MITV, McAllen Instructional Television.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Jay Gonzalez. I'm Superintendent of Schools for McAllen ISD. On behalf of the district and our Board of Trustees, welcome to DQ Fan Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. We wish all those competing and performing the best of luck, and we hope all those in attendance enjoy the competition.
Welcome to the Sideline Show from Dairy Queen on North 23rd. I'm Jake Berry alongside with Mark May. Mark, we're down to the last week of high school regular season football, and we've got McAllen Memorial and Nikki Rowe High School going at it right now for conceivably what's the last spot of the district, of the playoffs. What do you know about this McAllen Memorial team?
Well, McAllen Memorial is very good. They're the four-time district champion, and the playoff scenario is really weird. And I know we'll get into more detail on this in a moment, but Memorial could finish as high as the #1 seed. They could finish in a tie as a co-champion for the district and be the #1 seed. They could also miss the playoffs entirely. And for Rowe, it's a little bit more cut and dry. They need to win tonight to get in, and so it's very interesting the way it all plays out. But for McAllen Memorial, they've had kind of an up and down season, but they've got themselves into playoff contention here. They are in second place right now as we go into this final week of the regular season, and they've been doing really well. Joseph Lauda's taken over at quarterback kind of in the latter half of the season. Had his best game last week against the PSA North Raiders, 7 of 9 passing, 123 yards and a couple of touchdowns, the first multi-touchdown passing game he's had. Campbell Spates continues to shine. Spates has just been a scoring machine. He's got 3 or more touchdowns in 4 straight games. So as good as he is and prolific as he is, he's really kind of turned it up a notch in the recent games here as Memorial's making this playoff run. And then we have Ethan Bazan, who continues to shine. He's had a touchdown catch in 5 of his last 7, including against the Raiders last week in that big 3-touchdown win. Looking at their defense, Axel Hernandez leads the team with 4 sacks. They've got Michael Morales, who had an interception last week, leading the team with 4 picks and 2 fumble recoveries for him. Eddie Ramon at defensive end has really come on strong. He's got 67 tackles, led the team with 8 tackles last week against the Raiders. And Quade Murray leads the team overall with 71 tackles and 1 interception. So some standouts on defense, a lot of stars on offense, and we'll look for a high-scoring game from them. They're averaging right at 32 points a game. So Rowe's defense is not as strong. They've given up a lot of points in some games this year, so I would look for a high-scoring game from both these teams tonight. And then as we look elsewhere at Memorial, A.J. Castro at fullback has really come on in recent weeks. Last week against the Raiders, probably his best game of the season. He had 117 yards, 6.5 yards per carry, scored his first touchdown of the season, and we talked to him at after practice earlier this week. And so here's A.J. Castro.
I play fullback, and what my role is, I'm basically just a small lineman. So I make sure Campbell or Joseph or Ethan, whoever has the ball, to make sure that I lead them into the end zone.
2nd and goal, hand off to Spates. Spates trying to get outside. He does, and is in for the end zone for the touchdown.
I can go down the middle. They can pitch it to me outside, throw me in the flats, so dump the ball down to me there. Pretty much any time the ball's given to me, I just do what I can no matter what. If the block's there or not there, I just hit it 100 miles an hour. My favorite part about playing fullback is knowing that I get to celebrate with my teammates when I get them in the end zone. Just knowing that as a team, we all work together to get that one person in the end zone.
That's a touchdown! Well, you called it, Mario. 75 yards for the touchdown.
to the Sideline Show. You know, Mark, when we talk about the Warriors, they started the season out fast. You know, they were after losing to Weslaco, they went on a big winning streak. District play started. They looked like they were going to continue that, and then they kind of hit the skids for a little bit. They got back on track last week in that overtime game against La Jolla. Tell me about what you know about Rowe.
The Nikki Rowe Warriors been a tale of streaks for them. They've had a 3-game win streak, a 3-game losing streak, and I'm sure they're hoping they've started a new streak with the overtime win last week against La Jolla. For Nikki Rowe, they've had a change at quarterback. Jonas Ortiz got knocked out against Mission a couple of weeks back, so we'll see if Ortiz is ready to go tonight or not. But if not, it'll be James Gomez, a sophomore, in there. Last week threw for 260 yards and 64% completion, so we know Gomez can certainly throw the ball. Had 2 touchdown passes. So Rowe, I think, is really, no matter who's at quarterback, I think they've really picked it up, and their passing game is going to be very strong tonight and really test the Mustang defense. I've got Lalo Bosquez continues to lead the team with 8 touchdowns. He had another touchdown last week and over 100 yards, 130 yards against the La Jolla Coyotes. Lorenzo Lopez, a sophomore running back, has really come on strong, touchdowns in 6 of his last 7 games. Then Ruben Salinas continue to be standouts on the wideouts position in the passing game. And then Jorge Peña is a player that we talked to this week. He plays a little bit on offense, a little bit on defense, kind of wherever he's needed. And he's caught 5 balls on the offense this year and caught a pass last week of sorts. It was La Jolla throwing the football near the goal line. He intercepted, playing defensive back, and Jorge Peña ran it 98 yards back for a touchdown. And that proved pivotal because La Jolla, or Rowe rather, came back and won that game in overtime, 35-31. So, and without that, Rowe would not have a playoff shot right now. So a tight, gritty win there on the road at La Jolla. I'm sure it gives the team a lot of confidence as they go in against the Mustangs tonight. Also kind of for the Mythical City Championship, if you will. Whoever wins will have defeated the other 2 McAllen schools. So as if there wasn't enough on the line, that's on the line. But we talked to Jorge Peña a little bit this week, and here's what he had to say.
Hi, my name is George Peña, and I play wide receiver, safety for Nikki Rowe.
So on 2nd and 13, going to throw this over the middle. Wide open caught. Jorge Peña crosses over into Eagle territory. First down and more at the 40. Picks up a block now at the 30 and down to about the 27-yard line before he's knocked down by Weldon Geralds.
Being a wide receiver comes a lot of responsibility, especially, if it's a run play, you got to block for your back, or a sweep, make a good block. Keep working hard. I do like playing offense. That's what I prefer. Catching the ball, scoring touchdowns. That's the best part. Having fun, just going out there, catching the ball, running for yards. But the coaches need me on defense, so I'm willing to step up and play for them.
Throws it incomplete, and a good coverage on the play there by Nikki Rowe's Jorge Peña.
That's actually really difficult. You got to keep your head straight. Don't lose focus, and just dig deep and find what's inside you that you didn't know you had.
Welcome back to the Sideline Show from Dairy Queen. I'm Jake Berry. Mark May. Mark, what looked like was going to be, plain and dry, once we got to, this week, really has become a crapshoot on who's going to make the playoffs.
It's, I don't recall a season like this before in any district that I've covered, in which you have so many teams still alive going into the last week. The only team in the district that has a playoff spot right now guaranteed are the PSJA Bears, and they haven't wrapped up the district title yet. The district title is still a bit up for grabs, or at least a co-championship is up there. Memorial could actually finish as a district co-champion and even get the #1 seed in some scenarios, and could also miss the playoffs. That's what's at stake. The whole range is there for Memorial. You could even have a 5-way tie for second place in the district, and that would mean 3 of those teams would advance and 2 would stay home. So you could have 2 teams that finish second, tied for second, and not make the playoffs. It's going to be a tough year, obviously, for some of these teams who have played, in other districts, might have done well enough to get into the show, but the numbers aren't going to work out for somebody coming up. And don't want to go into all the different scenarios, because it gets into who beat whom and positive points, which they look at the point differential in the games that you won or that you lost. They put a cap on that of 21 points to keep somebody from running up a score. So, for instance, Rowe Rowe lost to Mission 38-7. That's a 31-point difference, but in the tie breaks, that would only count for 21, for minus 21 against Rowe or plus 21 for Mission. So that's how that works. So if you have two teams tied, you look at head-to-head. Whoever beat the other guy goes forward. If you have three or more, if nobody swept the other two or the other three that they're tied with, if no one team beat all the other ones that they're tied with, which usually is not the case, then that's where you start looking at those positive points. And so basically, I've kind of dumbed it down to the simplest
let's do the
scenarios.
version here.
Yeah, we'll do the Cliff Notes version. Just like in college, we'll look at the Cliff Notes. And for Memorial, if they win, they are in. That's simple for them. If they lose, there is a scenario where they could still lose and get in, but it's not very likely. Obviously, the stars have to kind of align, so it's not looking good for Memorial if they lose. And basically speaking, whoever wins tonight is in, whoever loses is out. For Nikki Rowe, they need to win.
And that's it, right?
If they lose, they're out. The only two things we know for sure, Memorial with a win is in, Rowe with a loss is out. Aside from that, it is conceivable Memorial could lose and get in. It's conceivable that Rowe could win and get in, and not get in. And but yeah, a lot of things have to happen. There's a lot of, the other games. Just to let you know the other games going on, we had PSJ North played last night. We don't have the result of that, but La Jolla is at Mission, and then PSJA is at La Jolla Juarez Lincoln. And so you have a scenario where like Memorial could even be number one seed if they finish in a four-way tie with Mission, PSJA, and PSJA North. So that would be interesting. And then of course there's a lot of 3- and 4-way tie scenarios that play in, and you just have to look at those positive points. One thing to keep in mind as far as Rowe's chances go, absolutely Rowe has to win, first of all, but then if La Jolla beats Mission by a lot of points, that's bad for Rowe. That doesn't work in their favor. So hope for a close game between La Jolla and Mission. Actually, the simplest scenario for Rowe is obviously to win and have Mission and PSJA North both win their games. And then Rowe is in regardless of what the points are.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about points at that point if those three games turn out that way. But the simplest way to think about it is whoever wins tonight is most likely going to be in, and whoever loses most likely out.
Who would have thought math was going to play such a pivotal role in a sports show? But it's going to be an interesting game tonight. We're going to see some fireworks. We're going to have two explosive teams that can really put some points up.
Both teams averaging about 30 points a game. Both teams give up in the 20s, so not super strong defenses on either side, and so it's going to be a shootout. And Rowe was involved in a shootout last week with La Jolla, and they came out on top. Memorial's been in a couple of shootouts this year. Remember that Mission game, and I would expect something similar here tonight, where both teams score in the 30s or even the 40s.
All right, this is a pivotal must-have game. We'll see how the game goes. Countdown to kickoff is up next, and then after the game, we'll see you for the post-game show.
The Rio Grande Valley is built on a strong foundation of family. We honor that tradition and are proud to announce that Elsa State Bank and Rio Bank are coming together to make a stronger bank for the Valley. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
And welcome to DQ Fan Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium for tonight's regular season showdown. It's the McAllen Memorial Mustangs and the Nikki Rowe Warriors, and the stakes could not be any higher. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mark May, along with Mario Reyna. It's a cold and drizzly night here in November the 9th, as the Rowe Warriors get ready to take the field against the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. As we take a look at the weather for tonight, you can see a little bit of drizzle still coming down. It's in the mid-50s.
56.
And could get down as far as maybe 52, so it's not going to get much colder, but you can see there's a lot of wind out there, Mario.
Yeah, the other factor is there is the drizzle that's coming down, and so I don't know. And the thing is, this is the first time they play under this condition, so what team is going to handle it better? Both teams didn't come out to the regular warm-ups, but they were out here. So we'll see if that plays into the keys to the game, Mark, because one of the keys, I think, for today, besides the fact that it's a rivalry game, we know that throw out the records. They're playing for the city championship, but anytime you have any McAllen ISD school playing against each other, throw out the records. So it goes back to execution. This is game number 10. So by now, I think they should figure out what they need to do, those small penalties and all that. But who's going to execute it is very, very important game that has a lot of playoff implications that you can share with us a little bit more than, I think you understand those playoff implications more than I do. And the next key is the offense gets a lot of credit, but I think the defense today, which defense shows up and outdoes the other defense, is going to play into who's going to win this game. And like anything else, the turnovers, Mark, the turnovers, especially if you have a turnover and then you turn it into points, because we know that both teams are coming in hot. Last week, Memorial looked like the district champions, right? We hadn't seen them play that way, but they defeated PSJ North.
Yeah, and defensively, they probably played their best game of the year.
I mean, they played the best overall game. And then Rowe should be coming in with a lot of energy because they won a really important game in overtime against La Jolla. So we'll just have to look at those standings, and maybe I'd rather you try to explain to our audience of, how are the playoff scenarios. I know that this is a very important game. I know that there's, 4 teams that are still in playoff contention, fighting for 2 spots.
Yes.
So who wins here? What happens? And there's the standings, Mark.
Yeah, you can see the PSJA Bears won last night. They are the district champion right there. PSJA North also a winner last night, so they are in the playoffs. So 2 of the 4 spots are gone. Then the next 4 teams, Memorial, Mission, Rowe, and La Jolla, are all still alive. 2 of those 4 teams will advance to the playoffs tonight. Memorial, if they win, they're in. If Mission wins, they are in. You can see they're both 4-2 in the district, and so they are both in the driver's seat at this point. For Nikki Rowe to get in, they need obviously a win tonight. And if Mission wins, then they get in easily. If it's a La Jolla and a Rowe victory tonight, we're going to have a 4-way tie. We're going to have to look at the positive points, so it could get really messy right there. But as we take a look at here, the playoff possibilities, it's a lot simpler for Memorial. All they have to do is win, and they're in. They don't need anything else to happen. For Rowe, they need to win, and they also need Mission to win to go in without having to worry about the positive points. If we end up in a 3 or 4-way tie, then you look to see if one team has swept the other 2 or the other 3 that they're tied with, and no one has done that.
Okay.
So we're going to go to the next step, which will be positive points, which is the differential that you win or lose by. If you win by 10 and lose to another team by 8, that's a positive 2. If you beat somebody by 7 and lose to somebody else by 10, that's a negative 3.
And
so
that's a lot
you just
better.
have to put that together.
That's a lot better than back in the days. You remember they used to go to first downs.
And penetrations.
And who got inside the 20 into the red zone. So, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Back in the day, they still had the ties. They didn't have overtimes, and you would use penetrations to decide who would advance at a playoff game, and that was a tough, really tough way for teams to have to go out sometimes. So I like the way they have it now. We're going to have the national anthem here coming up. Here's the James Nikki Rowe JROTC and the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
extremely good job there. And under tough conditions, too. You can tell it's
Absolutely.
cold out there just watching. That was Rebecca Underwood from Rowe High School.
And the weather did not impact her at all, Mark.
No, she was great, put her heart and soul into it, and we've had a lot of wonderful talent that has sung the national anthem at our games this year. We've had mariachis and we've had jazz ensembles. But let's take a look at the starters for tonight. First of all, for McAllen Memorial, they've got Joseph Lotta at quarterback, the junior who took over in mid-season for Sean Scugan. Campbell Spates will be there at running back. Of course, Spates, the leading rusher in the district. A.J. Castro, who is the fullback. He was featured on our pregame show. Then the receivers, Ethan Bazan, Zion Gregory, and David Baz at the tight end. Offensive line, they have made a minor change. Daniel Domian is in there at tackle, and then Diego Gutierrez has been shifted from right guard to left guard. Andrew Ramos still at center. Alex Escobar has moved from left to right guard, and Taylor Dow there at right tackle. And I think they did that because that'll make their right side a little bit heavier, and we might see some more runs to the right side here tonight. Defense for Memorial, they've got to Eddie Ramon, who had a great week last week. He led the team in tackles. Then Sebastian Church, Zane Sandoval in the middle. Axel Hernandez, who leads the team in sacks on the defensive end. At linebacker, Cesar Escaname. Christian Sanchez in the middle. Just a sophomore, but Sanchez playing really well. And Michael Morales also at outside linebacker. And then looking at the secondary, it's Michael Pequeño, Michael Lewis, Justin Charis, and Diego Villarreal will be in the secondary. You see the Mustangs coming out tonight. The Mustangs officially the visiting team, so they're on the visiting sideline here tonight wearing their white jerseys with the white pants and the Colombian blue helmets as we will get ready to look at the Nikki Rowe starting lineup for tonight. As Nikki Rowe has come out onto the field, and Rowe will be the home team tonight. And there you see the Rowe Warriors. Warriors 3-3 in the district, and Memorial 4-2. But there we see at quarterback tonight, we're expecting to see James Gomez. Gomez played last week in place of Jonas Ortiz, and Gomez threw for 260 yards, but we'll keep an eye out whether it's Gomez or Jonas Ortiz at quarterback. Lalo Bosquez, Ruben Salinas, Jorge Peña, David Savage, and Christian Ramos rounding out the backs and receivers there. Offensive line is Jimmy Talamantes, Alak Zimmerman, Daniel Alejandro, Cameron Chavaria, and Rodrigo Davila. And now looking at the 4-3 defense, they've got Hunter Wise, Jorge Beretta at the ends, Jesse Garza, Jacob Carr at the tackles. And then at linebacker for Nikki Rowe tonight, they've got Joey De Leon, Josea Alonso, Emilio Topete. And then at the secondary, it's Alex Rodriguez, who will also play offense, Noe Ramirez, who also play both ways, also Angel Rodriguez, and Jorge Peña. All four of those gentlemen will play both ways, and we'll probably see them on offense and defense here tonight. Jorge Peña, in fact, ran an interception back last week, 98 yards for a touchdown, and the Rowe Warriors needed every point they could muster last week as they beat La Jolla in overtime.
That's when you get he said he got an interception. That's a pick six. Anytime you have that opportunity, that many yards, I'm sure he was excited.
Noe Ramirez back to receive this kickoff. It'll be Memorial kicking off and Rowe receiving. Rowe will go from right to left. And here we go. Alex Cardenas with a big kick, and it's going to be fielded about the 3-yard line. And it looks like Ramirez across the 10, the 15, out to the 20, down at about the 21-yard line. And brought down by a couple of Mustangs. And actually on the return, that was number 27, Lorenzo Lopez, the sophomore. We've got Nikki Rowe in good field position at their own 26. And as you alluded to briefly, Mario, in the pregame countdown to kickoff, the city championship also on the line tonight. Whoever wins this game can call themselves McAllen City Champions for 2018, and it is going to be Gomez at quarterback. And on first down, his pass toward the sideline, nearly picked off. Diego Villarreal read that well. It was intended for Ruben Salinas, and Villarreal nearly stepped in front of that.
I don't know if you want to throw too much over there where Diego Villarreal last week, he had a great game. He's got good defensive technique. So right off the bat there, offensive coordinator for the Warriors, Sean Tarutola, not afraid to put the ball in the air despite the weather conditions.
And let me make one correction. Quade Murray starting their linebacker tonight for the Memorial Mustangs. So we have a handoff on 2nd down and 10. Flag goes down as we get to see good yardage there by the running back Lalo Bosquez, the team's leading rusher. Came in with close to 700 yards rushing tonight. Let's see what the flag is about.
Bosquez is power running back, the bruising back that gets you those tough yards. And the penalty
Looks like
is
it's against
against
Rowe.
the Mustangs, actually.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, no, the official signaled against the Mustangs, so yes, it is. So right there, Mark, do you take your yards or you take the penalty? Here, the officials, the referee Ramiro Zuniga, helping him out today, Albert Garza, Alejandro Lopez, Jesse Garcia, and Rodney Kasi.
Yeah, and Rowe deciding to take the penalty as we see movement here in another whistle because they get to keep the down. So instead of it being 3rd down and 5, they get 2nd and 5.
And this is what happens in rivalry games, Mark. You're a little, your adrenaline is really going, so you get too excited. So, back to back gets them a first down. And that goes back to one of the keys to the games. It's important that you execute. Those type of penalties can come back to haunt you.
Yeah, so first down now after 2 penalties. And here they go at the 41-yard line. Handoff, Lolo Bosquez once again. And he pulls a couple of defenders with him for a gain of about 5 up to the 41-yard line.
Tadis on the stop on that play right there. Bosquez came into this game with almost 700 yards. Every time he touches the ball, he gains at least 5 yards for you.
Yeah, he had a big week last week, 132 yards and a touchdown against the Coyotes. And so on 2nd down and 5, they're going to hand it off again. Looks like the sophomore Lopez this time. And he's going to be short of the first down and bring up 3rd down and short.
And that touchdown that Lalo Bosquez scored last week in overtime was very important. That it actually kept the playoff hopes alive for the Warriors. So we got a 3rd and 3.
So Gomez in their quarterback in the shotgun as Angel Rodriguez goes in motion. They go play action. Gomez wants to keep it though, or maybe flushed out of the pocket as Memorial will bring him down near the line of scrimmage, but nowhere close to the first down.
And I don't know, Mark, that play looked like it just never developed. Well, it was a quarterback draw. Yes, it was a design quarterback draw, but number 8, Christian Sanchez, would have nothing to do with that, a sophomore.
And Zane Sandoval also in there on that tackle. As we see the punt, Memorial put on a bit of a rush there, but the punter gets it off and takes a bit of a Warrior bounce to be killed at the 26-yard line with no return. So Memorial's defense holds on the first possession, and they'll have the football for their first time tonight with 9:32 to play here in the first quarter.
And let's see what Campbell Spates brings to this game. You know, he's excited playing against an in-house McAllen ISD rivalry. Campbell coming in here with 1,427 yards. Every time he touches the ball, 7 yards per carry.
Wow. I think he's about 75 yards away as Campbell Spates gets the call on first down. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Now trying to escape. Gets up to about the 29, a gain of about 3 before he's wrestled down by Hunter Wise, the defensive end. I was going to say Campbell came in about 75 yards shy of his season total for his freshman year. So he could surpass that total with a good performance here tonight.
And you know, after he established himself for 2 years, everybody, all the scouting reports, they put a big number 5 on the screen, on the chalkboard, and they say, this is what we got to do. You got to stop him if you want to win.
And handoff to A.J. Castro on 2nd down and 7. And Castro fights his way up to about the 34 and bring up 3rd down and short.
And A.J. Castro had a good game also last week, coming into this game with 319 yards. We know Coach Tivo Gonzalez, the offensive coordinator, realizes that you can't just win by giving the ball to Campbell Spates all the time. You just have to open up the offense and get other people involved so they won't key in on him. It's a 3rd and 2.
So 3rd down and 2. 8:23 to go as they hand this off to Castro. Castro hit at the line. Looks like he's going to be short. He needed to cross the 35, and he's still closer to the 34.
And so far, Mark, we talked about one of our keys to the game, which is the defenses, which was going to step up. But a 4th and 1, don't be surprised if Coach Bill Littleton says, I'll give it an opportunity. I have a big offensive line. They come into this game hot. And he might go for it even though it's on his own 35-yard line, and he is going for it, Mark.
Wow, they did credit Castro for a yard, so it's going to be 4th down and 1. They're at the 35-yard line. Here's a toss to Spades, trying to get outside, has the first down, hit at the 40, and is up to about the 43. So good blocking there by McAllen Memorial as they rolled the dice early, and it pays off in a new set of downs.
And not only do the Mustangs get a first down, but that shows, Coach Littleton shows his offense that I have confidence in you. You're going to get that yard. So it does a lot for their heads there. That's Coach Bill Littleton. Very experienced coach. You're our historian here, Mark. How many years has he been up there at the Memorial?
Oh, this is his 16th year. A lot of success as they hand off on first down. And that's Spates once again, and Spates is going to be stopped for maybe a yard, if that, as the Nikki Rowe defense was ready that time.
You know, and in 3 years for Campbell Spates, Mark, this year has to be the toughest year where he's gotten his yards. We know he has the 7 yard per carry, but some of those are on big runs. But this year, they have made it real difficult on him.
He has been a scoring machine as of late, with at least 3 touchdowns in 4 straight games, as we see Castro here running for a first down all the way up to midfield before he's wrestled down by Derek Luna.
And I'm sure a replay is going to show Castro in the carry, and that's what we do, Mark. But Campbell just took off to the left, and you should have seen 3 or 4 defenders that shifted over there to the left side of the field because Campbell was going that way.
Now we've got rain and drizzle here tonight. How does that affect maybe the game plans of these two teams?
Well, I think if you're a running game kind of type of team, I don't think it impacts you
There we see Coach Bill Littleton.
as much as it impacts a throwing team. Mark.
Yeah, his team certainly likes to run the football. Had Trevor Spates for 4 years. Well, actually had Bradley Stevens 10 years ago, then Trevor Spates for 4 years, and now Campbell Spates in his 3rd year. A lot of outstanding running backs in Memorial's recent history, as Castro is going to be bottled up here on 3rd down and 3. And just as we're talking about the greatness of the Memorial running game, the Rowe defense comes up big. That was Jorge Barrera.
Barrera, a statement by the Warrior defense. And because of the yards of lost there, Mark, the Mustangs on a 4th and 4, it looks like they're going to go ahead and kick it away.
Omar Vidal was the first man to get contact there. Slowed Spates down, and Barrera wrapped him up. Here's the punt by Memorial. And that's loose on the field, and looks like it's Memorial's football. Quade Murray appears to have it at the 21-yard line. And right there we see where the wet football may have come into play.
Mark, I think so. I kind of, right before he touched it, I said, I wanted to say be careful. But that's going to give the Mustangs a golden opportunity. Getting back to our 3rd key to the game, a turnover. And the Mustangs start at the 21-yard line. And let's see what they do with it. This turnover. Will they turn it into points?
Yeah, 5:33 to go in the first quarter, no score, but first opportunity here when it's Memorial, and Joseph Lada under center will give it to Spates, hit in the backfield and wrapped up. It's going to be a loss of at least 1, maybe 2. Good, excellent defense.
Those last 2 plays are a perfect example of what happens if your offensive line is not blocking. In the last play, there was a loss, and there was another loss in this one. So running backs get all the credit, all the glory, but it's those guys up front that they have to do their job.
So a loss back to the 22, 2nd and 11. Toss Spates right side, has some blocking, crosses the 20 to about the 18-yard line before he's brought down by Luna.
Mark, and it looks like defensive coordinator Oscar Torres for the Warriors, he's throwing a lot of defenders in the box, and he's sending a lot of defenders in, kind of daring the Mustangs. If you're going to beat us, you're not going to beat us with a run. Throw the ball.
You see a glimpse there of Eric Morales on the right side. Also 51, Jesse Garza.
Bazan and Gregory are very dangerous receivers.
We're at the 18-yard line, 3rd down and 7. Toss Spates right side. They keep it on the ground at the 15. Breaks a tackle at the 10, at the 5, and a touchdown. A touchdown for the Mustangs. Boy, it looked like Rowe had him stopped short of the first down, but Spates, not to be denied, slipped his way through several tackles, and the Mustangs are up 6-0.
And Mark, most running backs would not have scored a touchdown on that one. The Warriors had an opportunity for a stop. So now we know that that turnover was big.
Yeah, there's the kick, extra point, up and good. And the score now with 4:22 to play in the first quarter is Nikki Rowe nothing and McAllen Memorial 7. After Campbell Spade surrendering 18 yards for his 26th touchdown of the season. Here's a look at that replay. And this was 3rd down and 7 right here. As they give to Spates, you can see broke 1, 2, and a third tackle on his way to the end zone. And a touchdown, Mustangs up 7-0. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. We'll be back. And welcome back. You can see the steady drizzle. It's about 55 degrees out tonight. Classic football weather and kind of the weather that favors the team that likes to run the football. Memorial came in averaging 266 yards a game on the ground. And they've kept it on the ground so far tonight. They lead 7-0 after capitalizing on a Rowe turnover at the 21-yard line. And they took it in from 3 plays, 21 yards, an 18-yard run by Spates on 3rd down for the touchdown. A touchback, by the way, and Rowe will bring it out to their 25.
And Mark, I wanted you to explain, I got a text by Daisy. She was asking us that she's trying to see the game on the streaming. And she says that how come she can't see the video. So what's the deal on Fridays by the UIL?
Yeah, that's the UIL rule. So we're going to take another look at that touchdown right here. So you see the toss to Spates. Excellent blocking by Memorial. You could see them kick out, and Spates himself with some determination, racing in for his 26th score this year. And on 1st down, Rowe will hand this off. It's Bosquez who has good yardage, short of the 1st down, but picked up most of it up to the 33, so gain of 8 on the play. But yes, the UIL doesn't allow you to televise or show audio and video of football games in Texas on Friday nights, but you can do it on Thursdays or Saturday.
Let me tell you, Daisy, it's not too late. Come on over and enjoy the weather, Daisy.
And Bosquez loses yards that time, back to about the 31-yard line, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And you know, Campbell Spates with that touchdown, Mark, you're so right. With 26 touchdowns already, 164 points, because he does have a couple of 2-point conversions. That's a lot of points.
They're actually going to spot the ball at the line of scrimmage, so no loss, but it is 3rd down and 2 still, as Gomez does play action, wants to throw deep on the right side, and it's incomplete. Looked like it was intended for number 13, Ruben Salinas. Salinas, a tall receiver, lanky, and has good range, has probably the highest yards per catch average on the road team. But the Warriors will have to punt.
Yeah, Salinas came into this game with 33 receptions and a whopping 714 yards, Mark. Every time he catches the ball, it's over 20 yards.
So we saw Ethan Bazan back to receive this punt. Memorial does not put on a rush this time. And Memorial will not try to return this. It'll take a huge Warrior bounce all the way down to about the 22-yard line.
And did you see what Ethan Bazan did, Mark? Maybe because of the last time the Warriors, they had a fumble, Ethan didn't want to have anything to do with that ball. I'm going to get back to Daisy. I think Daisy's the wife of the special teams coach here for the Warriors. I can't believe she's not out here at the game, Mark. Maybe she has to babysit. I'll give her a break.
Certainly cold out there this evening, but if you just stick around, once the game is over, the video is uploaded, and then you can watch the game in an on-demand basis, so you'll see everything once the game is over. 3:11 to play in the first quarter. Memorial with their 3rd possession, and this is Spates running it all the way up to the 30-yard line, a gain of 7. Right about his average coming in, 7 yards.
You also have to remember, Mark, that Spates might have a little extra motivation. He came in here to this game about 43 yards behind Eddie Berrial from La Jolla. So maybe he's trying to get the rushing title for the district.
And La Jolla at home this evening playing the Mission Eagles in a game that has a lot of playoff implications. As we see Spates run the football up to about the 32-yard line. Might be just short of a first down. It's going to be third down and short.
And Mark, today we don't expect Dr. Gonzalez to come up here. He always does a wonderful job, our superintendent, and comes and talks to us about what's going on in our school district. I don't think he's in town tonight, is he?
No, he's in Colorado right now, speaking at a national conference for superintendents. And a lot of superintendents out there wanting to hear about McAllen's success stories on third down. Spates is upended. Beautiful defending there by Nikki Rowe. They've had some great stops on third down here tonight. David Savage there, another one of those two-way players.
Just a sophomore.
I think we've got an official's timeout at the moment. As we look at the replay, you could see Savage drew a bead on Spates and upended him for a loss of 2 yards. And the Mustangs now facing a fourth down situation. Got 1:52 to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Memorial on top. And for the path to the playoffs, it's easy for Memorial. All they have to do is win. For Rowe, if they win, it's not necessarily guaranteed. If they need Mission to also win, otherwise they might look at the positive point situation. But let's go ahead and take a quick break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
At Lone Star National Bank, we are making a difference because we believe prosperity is best measured by the communities we help build and the lives we help change. Lone Star National Bank, proud to be the Valley's bank.
Bank, one of our sponsors, helping us bring you McAllen ISD football.
Give credit to Cardenas. His punt last time was very high.
And Rowe puts on a bit of a rush, but the punt, it's off. And it's going to be fielded, fair caught actually, at the Rowe 30-yard line. So the Warriors have good field position with 1:39 to play before the end of the first quarter. And it's Memorial by a touchdown right now. Both teams have punted twice. Rowe does have one turnover that led to Memorial's points. And you have to wonder with the drizzle how much that affects the Nikki Rowe's game plan.
Well, so far,
they're a team that likes to throw it.
So far, we don't have any completions in the game.
Yeah, Rowe passing is 0 for 2 at the moment, but they came in averaging over 225 yards for each game in the air, as Lolo Bosquez on first down turns his way up to about the 34, a gain of 4 on the play.
On the stop for the Mustangs, 81, Sebastian Turk.
Oh, and we have an update on McAllen Memorial's volleyball team. The Lady Mustangs are tied at 1 with San Antonio O'Connor, the regional title game. As they throw it long to the right side, it's incomplete. Diego Vidal on the coverage there. Ruben Salinas, the intended receiver. Second time they've dialed Salinas' number.
And give credit to James Gomez. That's where he needed to put the ball. But Diego Vidal, if you want to play defensive back and do it right, so far he's done that. He was right there, made it very difficult. It would have been a circus catch.
But the Lady Mustangs volleyball, 35-2 this year. They've won 26 in a row. They qualified for the Region 4 championship for the 4th straight year, and they're in the regional semifinals right now in a dogfight with San Antonio O'Connor. As Gomez throwing on third down. This is caught, and it's a first down for Nikki Rowe.
Lots of good things had to happen in this one, Mark. It all started with the Rowe offensive line. They were giving Gomez the correct protection, and Gomez had time. As you take a look at the replay, put it right where it needed to be for Ruben Sainz, and they got enough yardage for a very, very important first down.
Christian Sanchez on the tackle. First completion for Rowe. It goes for a first down as they hand off to Lopez. And Lopez bottled up. It looks like it's going to be a loss of a yard as he's forced back by Turk, Charis, and a couple of other Mustangs, including Axel Hernandez was in there.
Axel Hernandez. And Lopez is the type of running back with a little bit more speed than Bosquez.
So with 20 seconds left in the quarter, Gomez to throw it, and this is incomplete. So it was intended for Christian Ramos, who's running an out route near midfield.
And there's not much Gomez could do. He put it right where it needed to be placed.
And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 11.
Also number 12, Michael Lewis.
Michael Lewis was in the neighborhood.
Incomplete, brings up
Clock
3rd
stopped
down
with
and 11.
18 seconds left in the first quarter. This game probably a little bit lower scoring than what people expected, and I imagine that's the impact of the weather. As Gomez on 3rd and 11, back to throw, has time over the middle, and it's incomplete. And there's a flag down. Pass was intended for Ramos, and this might be a first down.
For number 80, Christian Ramos.
It did look like the defender got there maybe one step too soon.
And Mr. Zuniga, our referee tonight.
You know, the official that threw the flag is on the Rowe sideline, so you know if you don't throw a flag when you see a violation, you're going to get an earful from not only the head coach, but probably the offensive coordinator and the other coaches as we take a look at the play.
And by the way, it was pass interference against Memorial.
Automatic first down.
And that's 15 yards, so that'll move the ball up to the 49-yard line. Actually, it's a spot foul. It says it was less than 15 yards. So it becomes a 9-yard penalty, as on first down, the Warriors hand this off. And it's going to be a loss of yards, kind of a shovel pass, really, to Noe Ramirez. First time he's had a touch on offense. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And at the end of one, it's Memorial on top of Nikki Rowe in this game that'll determine who gets into the playoffs and who stays home. It's Memorial 7, Rowe nothing after one. We'll take a break, be back with more Football Night in McAllen right after this. Welcome back to DQ Fan Field. I'm Mark May with Mario Reyna, the rest of our MITV crew, braving the elements here tonight to bring you this football game, the last game of the regular season. It's the Mustangs and Warriors. Two top opponents, as we see a pass to the right side caught by Ruben Saenz, and Saenz picks up the first down all the way into Mustang territory to the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 13 yards.
What a wonderful move by... That was not, who made that catch? Because I was looking at some stats, Mark.
Yeah, Ruben Saenz.
Ruben Saenz did a good
catch
job
tonight.
Right here. Watch this move he puts on the defender right here, Mark. Bang. That was great.
And so on first down, they're going to hand it off, run straight ahead. That's Bosquez with it. And Bosquez stays on his feet, but they blow the whistle as his progress was stopped. Justin Chadis was the one who wouldn't let go of him.
First down, they only needed a yard at mark. Good job by the officials in stopping the play, because they had stopped Bosquez. But here's an opportunity for the Warriors. They're on their own 40-yard line.
So here on first down and 10, they hand this off again. And this will be a short gain for Bosquez. Bosquez up to about the 37-yard line, a gain of 3.
And getting back to that regional volleyball game, Mark, McAllen Memorial last year actually lost to San Antonio O'Connor. And O'Connor ended up winning that regional tournament, and they went to the state tournament.
And there's play action by Gomez, taking his time, throwing deep over the middle and incomplete. Once again, going for Ruben Salinas, who was closely covered by Diego Villarreal. Villarreal getting tested tonight, just a junior, but doing well in that Mustang secondary.
He sure is. So if Coach Tarantola's throwing on second and 7, pretty likely that they're going to throw again on this play. Sometimes you have a play mark to set up a different play. So let's see what happens.
They've been going to Ruben signs in this game on must-have plays. As Gomez flushed out of the pocket, now he's in the grasp. He'll go down. That's Eddie Ramon with the sack, the 14th sack this season by the Mustang defense.
And Eddie Ramon, he's had a great year, Mark. He came into this game with 37 solo tackles. That's a lot for a season. And came into this game with a huge number of 67 total tackles. So that adds to his total. And pretty much now the Warriors have no choice but to try to pin down the Mustangs. Check out the screen, Mark.
Yeah, you can see the wind there just blowing that drizzle horizontally. It's weird when rain comes into your face sideways. As we see the punt go out of the end zone, there'll be a touchback, and the Mustangs will have the football at their own 20-yard line with 9:41 to play here in the second quarter. Mustangs up 7-0. Seen 5 punts so far in this game, and probably going to be one of those games of field position. Oh, they're recognizing the student from Nikki Rowe High School, Zane Mowbray, who is, I think, a National Hispanic Scholar, being recognized from Nikki Rowe High School.
The wrestling coach.
And the wrestling coach for Coach Mowbray. Happy father. I think Nikki Rowe had 3 students who were National Hispanic Scholars.
And Mark, getting back to our superintendent, Dr. Gonzalez, I mean, when you are leading a school district with an A rating from the state, everybody is going to be calling you. And I thought they would call them here in the Valley, but they're calling them from all over. It's what we hear from the Valley, from throughout the state, and even from throughout the nation.
Yeah, even outside of Texas, he's been contacted. And Spates lost a yard, by the way. 2nd down and 11. They'll give it to Spates again, off tackle right side. Lead blocked by Domian. And Spates up to about the 24-yard line, a gain of 5, and bring up 3rd down.
The Warrior number 25.
And you do have to give credit to the Warrior defense so far. They've done a good job. They had to stop in the first offensive possession for the Mustangs, but that fumble really hurt because that's where the Mustangs took over on the 21-yard line.
By the way, the wind right now in the faces of the Mustangs here in this second quarter. So could affect the passing game and affect the kicking game. 4 down lineman for Rowe. Out of the gun is Lada. Is going to roll to his right now, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to go down. He's sacked by Hunter Wise from Nikki Rowe. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it, but it'll be 4th down.
Lada just never had a chance. Pressure came right away, and another stop by the Warrior defense.
Alex Cardenas standing at his own 9-yard line, punt the football, and this is going to bounce right at the 50-yard line and killed by Memorial at the Memorial 49. So Rowe's going to take over in Memorial territory. It's Nick Nelson who killed the football. 7:39 to play here in the second quarter.
A good job by the defense getting the ball back to the Warriors in an excellent field position. It's time for the Warrior offense. It is time for them to make something happen. We know they can put points on the board. They came in here with the 3rd best offense in the district, averaging 365 yards per game, making 377 yards per game.
You can see how the Rowe student body is braving the elements here as we see Gomez wants to throw to the left side, and this is tipped and incomplete. Justin Charis with the coverage, and the pass was intended for Gus Cruz, a tight end. Oh, there is a flag down, however.
Yeah, it's going to be that's why I was saying it was a free play, Mark, because I saw the defense for the Mustangs. As you take a look right there, free play. And Mark, I was talking to Robert Torres, who's a freshman coach at Nikki Rowe, and he had this kid, James Gomez, and he says he's the real deal. Not surprised that he's doing well so far this season.
Yeah, Gomez, 260 yards passing last week and a couple of touchdown passes to lead Rowe to an overtime win over La Jolla as we see Bosquez run the ball up to the 40-yard line, a gain of about 4 on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 1.
And Mark, we know that both teams, their starters, they're lining up real fast, so they try to get the Mustang defense not ready.
And here's Bosquez, bursts through the line, has the first down across the 35-yard line to about the 33.
First contact.
It works, Mark, it works, and it looks like the Warriors are like in their hurry up offense. Look at this, the screen, Mark. That's what the drizzle does.
Yeah, we have an isolation
Right
replay too as well.
Good job of blocking by the center. Another quick play, Mark.
Yeah, they give it to Lopez this time, so we come back to action, and Lopez has a nice little hole to the 25-yard line.
And now Tola, offensive coordinator, he's calling the plays quickly, getting to the line quickly, and Memorial defense is trying to get signals from the sideline, so they're going fast.
Yeah, Rowe with the hurry-up offense. And now we have a whistle. I thought maybe Memorial was calling timeout, but apparently not. It's going to be a false start on the Warriors.
And that penalty hurts because it would have been a 2nd and 2, and it now makes it a 2nd and 7.
And move it back 5 yards to the Memorial 30-yard line. First penalty tonight on the Warriors. Gomez out of the shotgun. They'll send Ramirez in motion. They'll hand off Lopez. Right side is wrapped up around the ankles and brought down after a short gain. That was a nice tackle there by Cesar Escaname.
Cesar Escaname.
Two-yard pickup. 2 for 6 on 3rd down is Rowe as they hand this off quickly to Lopez, and Lopez fights his way up to the 21 and has the first down. 7-yard pickup.
And now that's a Warrior offense getting themselves several first downs, and they're still going up with a hurry-up offense.
Warriors down by 7, under 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Bosquez straight ahead behind the center block. Gain of about 3 to about the 17-yard line.
This is by design, Mark. Coach Tarantola, they weren't going anywhere, so because of that, guess what? There's a timeout by the Mustangs.
Yeah, timeout called by McAllen Memorial. That'll be their first. 5:33 to play in the second quarter. It's Mustangs 7, Rowe nothing, but the Warriors are driving. After they picked up a 3-yard gain, they're now at the 18-yard line as we have the smile cam going on here in the stadium.
Weather? Let's see. Hey! I can see themselves on the video.
They were serving hot cocoa at the concessions. Fans loving that.
Look at the blankets, Mark. The blankets are out. And that's a principal right there.
Mrs. Kaufman there on the right side.
Yes, sir.
The Rowe principal. And Mrs. Kaufman is here. A lot of Rowe faculty here tonight as Gomez scrambling on a 2nd down and 6, going to keep it himself and is forced out of bounds by Escaname at about the 15-yard line.
And Gomez didn't get too many yards there, Mark, but the important thing is that he did not throw an interception, did not force the ball. This is not the time to do what Dak Prescott did in the game this past week.
So on 3rd down, they hand it to Bosquez, fighting his way straight ahead. He has the first down on sheer determination. And Bosquez playing with renewed determinism all the way up to the 7-yard line, a gain of 8.
Tough runner,
first and goal.
Showing how tough he is. We know Bosquez is a senior, and these seniors have never beaten the Mustangs. So they're trying to get one at least.
Mustangs have won at least the last 4 meetings as Bosquez turns his way forward and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. And Lolo Bosquez really setting the tone for these Warriors here tonight. Races in for that touchdown, carrying a couple of Mustangs into the end zone with him.
all year, Bosques has been that tough runner. He gets you the difficult yards.
Comes with 5:03 to play in the second quarter. The extra point is up and is good. And we are tied now. 5:03 to go here before halftime. It's the Mustangs 7 and the Warriors 7. Or excuse me, is that extra point missed? I think they may have actually missed it. It glanced on the outside of the post. Or it was good. It was? Okay.
Don't let that...
They're just slow to correct it, but it is 7-7, and we are tied here in the second quarter. We'll be right back.
We love a good game, but here at Bogus, we don't believe in games and gimmicks when you're buying a new vehicle. Just real deals, friendly service, and fair prices. It's better at Bogus, in Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at bogusford.com.
Mark, I can't wait to see the replay. Oh, there it is.
Yep, Bosques on 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. He had just converted on 3rd down to get him a 1st and goal, and then goes the last 7 yards into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he looked like he was going to be down at the 3 or 4 yard line, but he refused to go down.
That's his 9th touchdown of the year. And the Warriors right now outgaining the Mustangs. They've got 82 total yards, 62 rushing, 20 passing. For the Mustangs, 55 yards rushing, 0 passing. And we're tied 7-7, 5:03 to go here in the first half. That scoring drive, you might remember Rowe forced Memorial to punt from their own 9-yard line. Rowe ended up with the ball at the Mustang 49, so it was a 9-play, 49-yard drive. And Bolo Bosques with the 7-yard run for the touchdown. So you see Campbell Spates back to receive near his 15-yard line. As we had a penalty.
That penalty, Mark, probably an unsportsmanlike penalty. I would go for an onside kick. You don't have much to lose. I mean, if, at the very least, that's what I would do, because that onside kick will get the ball at about the 35-yard line. There it is.
And there is an onside kick, and the ball is loose on the field, and it looks like Rowe has it. So they kicked off from the Memorial 45. And special teams miscues continue to haunt both teams tonight. And this time it's Rowe that capitalizes. Noe Ramirez recovers the football at the Mustang 30-yard line.
Very nicely executed, Mark. But as I was talking, I mean, even if they wouldn't have gotten the ball, the Mustangs would have gotten the ball at around the 30-yard line. So good job by Coach Robert Flores. And now you have a hot offense.
Both teams with a turnover tonight, and Rowe, who just scored, now has the ball at the Mustang 29-yard line. 7-7 our score.
And in this formation, Mark, there's no doubt they're going to run the ball. Everybody's tight unless there's a surprise.
Angel Rodriguez in motion. They give it to Bosques straight ahead, hit at the line. He'll get nothing. First man there was Christian Islas for Memorial.
And I'm going to take a look to see if the Warriors are using their hurry-up offense, kind of like in basketball, run and gun, let's go. Get to the line, make it happen. This time they're slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, loss of 1, back to the Mustang 30. So 2nd down 11, Gomez in the shotgun. They will flip it to Noe Ramirez, trying to turn the left corner at the 30, still going forward to about the 25-yard line before he's pulled down by Axel Hernandez. A flag down on the play, however. So a gain of about 5 by Ramirez, but this might be coming back.
Yeah, that's not good for the Warrior offense, because
that's from the line of scrimmage. I'll move it back to the 40-yard line.
It'd be 2nd and 21 for the Warriors.
They do have the wind at their back. As Gomez wants to throw on 2nd and 21. Throws it short. It's caught by Salinas. Tries to fight his way forward for a modest gain to about the 34-yard line.
He does. On the stop for the Mustang, number 12, Mikey Lewis.
Two down territory, Mark. There's no way you're going to punt from here or even try a field goal. So see, the Warriors can try to get another 6, 8 yards, make it a reasonable 4th down.
Yeah, gain of 6 on the play as Gomez wants to throw.
Open
8-step
field.
drop. He's going to run to the left side. Has some space there at the 30. Now racing toward the sideline to the 25 before he's forced out of bounds. And he'll be about 4 yards shy of the first down marker. But might be a decision here for Coach Flores.
And that's a...
Zane Sandoval chasing him. Forced out of bounds by Michael Morales. So Warriors on 4th down and 6 from the 25.
Oh, timeout, Mark.
And a timeout is called. So timeout on the field with 3:28 to play here in the second quarter. The Warriors decide to use their first timeout to talk this over a little bit. And we have a score tied at 7. You can see it's a miserable night here as temperatures in the 50s. We have steady drizzle coming down, about 15-mile-an-hour winds. Fans loving it, though.
And you know, Mark, this kind of weather up there where the Green Bay Packers play, probably the best kind of weather they love over there. They'll take this 50-degree weather.
I don't know if we'll get much sympathy from people who, Winter Texans who have actually come from Wisconsin and Minnesota and even Canada that have seen far worse than this.
You know, with us here in our physical education department, 50 is our barometer where kids are not supposed to go outside. I was with some group of people in the El Paso area, and they told me that 5 degrees was their
Oh, my goodness. So 4th down and 6. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Warriors with it at the Mustang 25. Gomez rolls out right. He's going to throw toward the end zone for Salinas, and it's incomplete. It'll be a Memorial ball on downs. Great coverage once again by the cornerback, Diego Villarreal, right there, number 6.
Why are they throwing in his area, Mark?
It was intended for Salinas. Villarreal nearly picked it off. In fact, may have even dropped it intentionally, knowing his team would get the football at the 25. I think I'm being generous, a little bit generous there if I see the replay saying he dropped it intentionally, but turnover on downs. And here go the Mustangs with 3:19 left on the clock. Their own 25. They give it to Spates, who picks up 1, and the clock will move now. So we're getting close to halftime.
And you know, Coach Bobby Flores for the Warriors, he's probably going to have to think about that possession there where the Mustangs had a great opportunity, but let's give credit to the Memorial Mustang defense. They came up with a big stop, Mark.
So 2nd down and 9 for the Mustangs. This time they'll give it to Spates again. Outside right has the 30-yard line, near a first down across the 35 to about the 36. So first down there for the Mustangs, and the clock will stop at 2:45 while they move the chains.
You know, Mark, anytime you're a defensive coordinator or head coach and you see Campbell Spates and that he gets outside the hash marks, you probably just hold your breath because you know what he can do. But give credit to the Warrior defense. They were there waiting for Campbell.
That time they ran to the right. They did move Alex Escobar over there to make it a little bit bigger and stronger on the right side as Spates this time goes left and is wheeled down at about the 39-yard line after a gain of 3.
Number 69 for the Omar Villarreal Jr. Hey, Mark, we even have a horse today weathering the storm.
Wow. What if the horse had to buy his own ticket? So Mustangs with it, 2nd down and about 7. Their own 39. As Lotta's going to toss to Spates, has Lotta throwing a block as Spates bounces outside, has the first down the sideline and into Rowe territory, bounced out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. A new set of downs, and the clock stops at 1:43.
And this is what I talked about a couple of plays ago, Mark, how dangerous he is. But I think we have a flag, Mark, because it's coming back.
Oh, I didn't see a flag, but that seems to be the body language out there. So we take a look at that replay.
Did you see how he dipped like he was going to go upfield?
There was a block in the back. Adam Alvarado with the tackle on Spates there at the end. But it's going to come back, and that's going to wipe out a 15-yard run there by Spates.
Right, Adam Alvarado is probably happy that they got the yards back, but he's probably not happy that he lost that opportunity to say, hey, I had a tackle on Campbell Spates.
So I'll move it all the way back to the 31-yard line. Mustang territory. And Lotta fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, trying to get outside. And a good open field tackle there by Nikki Rowe.
Mark, that looked like it had a lot of potential.
Looked like Noe Ramirez, I think.
And that's the play right there that reminds me of how the Mustangs probably miss Sean Scugans because of his speed. You know, he could run the ball. And both teams, Mark, lost their starting quarterbacks this year. Sean Scugans, who was having a great year for the Mustangs.
.56 seconds left in the first half. Mustangs do have 2 timeouts, but a long third down here as Lotta rolls out to his right side. He's going to throw the ball, and it's picked off by Rowe at the 40-yard line. A run up to about the 35. So Rowe will have the football.
There's 2 penalties, Mark.
Yeah, second turnover tonight. Now a flag penalty goes down. A late flag as there was players were...
Coaches need to get in there to try to settle everyone down.
Yep.
A lot of excitement. Everybody's fighting for the ball.
Yeah, several flags. Now, we'll see if any of the flags occurred before the interception. That could hurt Rowe. If it was after the interception, Rowe would still have the football, regardless of the penalties.
And the situation has calmed down itself. Give credit to the coaching staffs on both sides.
Ball's right now at the 35-yard line. Well, a lot of intensity out there on both teams, and you can certainly understand it. It's
a huge game, Mark.
Yep, Memorial's been into the playoffs for at least 4 straight years. I want to say all the way maybe since 2011, the last time they may have missed. And for Nikki Rowe, they've been in 2 straight years. Both years under Coach Robert Flores. As we take a look at the replay here, as we see a lot of rolled out right. And pass was picked off by Lalo Bosquez.
Yes, I was just going to say, am I seeing the right number? Isn't this guy the one that just scored himself a touchdown? He knew what to do with the ball when it was intercepted, that's for sure.
He went into running back mode.
So the referee is explaining to Coach Robert Flores what's going to happen. Robert, you know, Mark, he used to be a basketball official.
Now all-around athlete back in his day, too, as a class of 96 at Nikki Rowe. And now the referee running to the other end of the field. Now explain things to Coach Bill Littleton. Oh, and that's our assistant principal from Nikki Rowe. That's Mr. Ignacio Alanis Jr. He'll be the teacher of the week coming up here at halftime.
You know what? If he doesn't make it, Mark, if he doesn't make it, he has an excuse. You know, it's the weather.
That's true. He's got that tough conditions tonight, but he'll be
focused,
doing that
man.
right at the start of halftime.
Okay, here we go, Mark. You can't hear this, but there's a hold.
Holding against the Mustangs, actually. And a personal foul.
And somebody's thrown
against
out.
the Warriors, and a player was ejected.
That's not good news because
And you notice he signaled first down for Nikki Rowe, so that means the penalties occurred after the interception.
The interception counts for Bosques. However, that's a big 15-yarder, Mark. But there's 43 seconds to go, and the Warriors have 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, the Warriors still have the football because the penalties occurred after the interception, so 43 seconds left. Rowe has it 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line as Gomez wants to run into the open field, and Murray trips him up and brings him down. Axel Hernandez finishes things off as he runs it up to about the 43-yard line in Memorial territory.
That's what you call hustle. A hustle play by Axel Hernandez. He came into this game with 66 total tackles, 40 solo. He'll definitely be a first-team All-District defensive player.
And we got a timeout called by Nikki Rowe with 32 seconds left here before halftime. It'll be Rowe's second timeout. And there we see Mr. Alanis once again. Now this timeout, you know, with the cold and everything, does that mean they're icing the kicker?
I don't think so. I'm just thinking they're just trying to get some time. But 2nd and 3.
Yeah, 2nd down and 3 for the Warriors. They do have the wind at their back, but in these wet conditions, it'd be awfully hard to get a nice clean kickoff.
Gomez has a very good arm.
So 2nd down 3. Gomez looking to throw. He's going to throw toward the right sideline, and this is incomplete, but there's a flag down. It's intended for Angel Rodriguez.
Angel Rodriguez, defended number 12. Michael Lewis, we have a minor King law firm flag on the play.
And this will be an automatic first down for Nikki Rowe.
You know, with that penalty mark, he'll put the ball, because it's a spot foul. He's going to put the ball.
So yeah, it is pass interference.
At about the 27-yard line, and with 29 seconds to go, the clock stops, and you have a timeout. If they're thinking field goal, they only need about 15, 20 yards.
So 1st and 10, Memorial's 28-yard line is Gomez out of the gun. Looking to his right, he's going to throw toward the right sideline. It's caught and out of bounds. Good catch there by the sophomore, David Savage.
Sophomore to sophomore, Mark.
Yep, yeah, sophomore quarterback. 23 seconds left, clock stops. Rowe inching a little closer. They're right at the 20 after a pickup of 8.
And what also was important on that 8-yard gain is that the ball, the receiver went out of bounds, Savage, so that stops the clock.
So with 23 seconds left, Gomez out of the gun. 2nd down and 2, going to throw left side toward the corner, and it's overthrown, intended for the wide receiver, Angel Rodriguez. Another one of those sophomores.
And Rodriguez had a couple of steps on a defender. But you know, if you want to have a quarterback that you'd rather have him overthrow than underthrow, because those underthrown balls are the ones that get intercepted. Where's the ball, Mark? Can't even see it on the screen with this weather.
Tough conditions out there. But it'll be 3rd down and 2.
I don't know how the cameraman can follow the ball, Mark.
At the 20-yard line as Gomez hands it off. This is Lopez, bounces off and picks up the first down. They'll have to burn a timeout as he gets tackled at about the 12-yard line. And this clock stopped at 9 seconds left.
They're going to clock the ball down, Mark, so they can save the timeout.
And they're not going to use a timeout. They're going to snap it and clock it, and stops the clock with 5 seconds to go.
So I don't know, Mark, if you have enough time with 5 seconds to throw a quick pass in the end zone. Could be the time here that you go for a field goal and get you 3 points.
Yep. I realized they had only one timeout left, but they might have thought about using the timeout with 9 seconds. That would have given them at least 2 plays.
That's what I was thinking.
You could throw it into the end zone both times. But with 5 seconds, you might have only one play here. And I think they're bringing the field goal unit out there.
Yes, they are. Oops.
So if they try a field goal,
Actually put a second back on the clock. So
they're not trying the field goal. They're going to
have
go
to be
in
a
offensive
quick pass.
formation.
Has to be a quick play, Mark. 6 seconds.
We're at the 13-yard line, throwing it for the end zone. It is caught and a touchdown.
Oh, what a call, Mark. What a call.
That was Ruben Salinas. They've been dialing his number all night, but for the first time they connect. And Ruben Salinas has put the Warriors up 13-7 right at the stroke of halftime.
Coach Tarantola knew exactly what he was doing, Mark, when he clocked the ball down. Perfect pass by Gomez.
Jonathan Velasquez extra point try is up and good. He's 2 for 2 this evening. And the Warriors lead it 14-7. So we take another look at that touchdown. Just led him, Salinas, perfectly to the back of the end zone. And Salinas, a great catch for the touchdown and a 14-7 lead.
Salinas. I didn't think he was going to come up with that, especially since the ball was wet, Mark. Ruben Salinas. Wearing number 13, but he's not so unlucky with that catch.
And that was his 7th touchdown of the season for Salinas. And that puts the Warriors up 14-7 here at halftime. And now we'll have our Performance Therapeutics Teacher of the Week or Educator of the Week. This is Nikki Rowe's Assistant Principal, Ignacio Alanis Jr.
Oops.
And I guess he got that win, knocking the ball down, so he's going to need a holder here. And this is a chance
he's
to
going
win.
to make it, Mark. He's going to make it.
This is a chance to win $100.
There it is. Oh!
Oh, hit the crossbar. Can't get much closer than that, but a nice try for Mr. Alanis, assistant principal from Nikki Rowe High School, and he'll get a parting gift there, and they'll pose for a quick picture here.
At least he hit the pole.
Mr. Juan Rodriguez, photographer out there.
Doesn't get the money, but gets a mode.
So we appreciate Performance Therapeutics for supporting our educators, and we're at halftime. It's row 14 and Memorial 7. We'll have the Mustang Marching Band, followed by the Warrior Marching Bands. We take one more look at the kick. You see it was not quite high enough, so just clipped the underside of that bar.
Actually, if he would have been further away, he might have made it.
Yeah, it was still on the rise when it struck the bar.
Welcome to our halftime festivities featuring McAllen Memorial's finest student performers, the Prancers, the Color Guard, and the band that rocks the Rio Grande, the McAllen Memorial Mustang Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, entertaining you this evening are McAllen, Texas pride and joy, the award-winning Memorial High School Prancers. Introducing your 2018-2019 Prancer officers. Junior Second Lieutenant UDA All-American Ana Hernandez. Junior First Lieutenant Destiny Olivares. Junior Captain UDA All-American Ismet Montelongo. Senior Major UDA All-American Hannah Bagstad. Prancers are under the direction of Miss Olympia de Leon and Jimmy Hernandez. Ladies, the field is yours.
And the Prancer of the Week, Nailin Cantu. Tonight, the Prancers and the Memorial Color Guard, along with the Memorial Marching Band, will be performing to the big hit song, Land of a Thousand Dances. Ladies, the field is yours. And now a salute to Memorial High School. The Memorial High School percussion section leaders are Alexandria Pina and Miguel Davila. Color guard officers are Skylar Farrell, Captain, Kathleen Cavazos, Lieutenant, Esperanza Ramirez, Lieutenant. Congratulations to every member of the McAllen Memorial Marching Band on a great UIL marching season with earning their superior rating at Pigskin and area marching band qualification. Thank you to the parents, band boosters, Memorial Administration, and McAllen ISD Administration for all your support each and every day. The McAllen Memorial Band directors are Angel Martinez, Deborah Luna, Araceli Rodriguez, Mark Martin, Stephanie Perez, John Flores, Alonso Avila, and Enrique Holguin. The Memorial Band would like to congratulate the Rowe High School Marching Band on a great UIL marching season. We hope you enjoy the second half of the game, and go Mustangs!
I am proud to introduce the 2018-2019 Nikki Rowe Tiaras under the direction of Susan Thomas and Jessica Castellano. Introducing the Tiara officers. Second Lieutenant, Sophomore Nicole Tamez, ADTS All-American Dancer. First Lieutenant, Senior Melanie Peron, ADTS All-American Honorable Mention Dancer and ADTS Kick Company. Captain, Junior, Brianna Bradford, ADTS All-American Honorable Mention Dancer. Brianna and line member Ivana Rodriguez will be performing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade in New York City. Major, Senior, Alyssa Saldana. SMA All-Star Dancer, ADTS All-American Dancer, ADTS Kick and Dance Company. Tiara of the Week is Victoria Lara. We now feature the tiaras in a palm kick routine to Back in Black. With another performance to a palm kick routine to Let's Groove. perform a tribute to Michael Jackson's Thriller. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds of our mighty warrior band. Under the field direction of drum majors Lucidi Nazario, Gabriela Perales, and Kendra Gowdy, we proudly present the Nikki Rowe Mighty Marching Band.
You're watching MITV, McAllen Instructional Television.
Football Night in McAllen is presented by Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of bank. Lone Star National Bank, proud to be the Valley's bank. DQ, that's what I like about Texas. Bogus Ford, it's better at bogus. And Performance Therapeutics, physical therapy and sports medicine.
But you always knew that you'd be the one to work while they all play.
Welcome back. About to start the third quarter here at Football Night in McAllen. Take a look at some highlights in the first quarter. Campbell Spates raced in from 18 yards out for his 26th touchdown of the year. Memorial led 7-0 after one quarter. In the second quarter, Lalo Bosquez went in from 7 yards out for the touchdown to tie things up at 7 in the mid-second quarter. That capped a 50-yard drive, and then there was this big play, the second of two turnovers in the first half by the Mustangs, and this interception by Lalo Bosquez once again. He's doing double duty here tonight, and that set up the Warriors at the 35 initially. A penalty did take them back, but they would get in there and score a touchdown on the last play of the first half. That's right here. Just 6 seconds left when the play started, and a 13-yard pass to Ruben Salinas for his 7th touchdown of the year, and Rowe leads at 14-7 here at the break as we see the little Mustangs in your foreground. Oh, one little guy tripping over the goal line there at the end. At the little Mustangs, little Warriors, I should say, running across the field.
Is the weather affecting you?
I'm afraid so, yes. Very cold up here. And we got the Mustangs out there on the field right now at the far side. They're the visiting team tonight. So we look at the halftime stats. And the Mustangs with 7, Rowe with 14. First downs favor the Warriors, 11-6. Rushing yards, 84-74. Passing yards, the Warriors were able to throw the ball, but not Memorial. And total yards favor the Warriors, almost 2-1. Penalties were light for the Warriors, but the Mustangs with 7 penalties and also 2 turnovers against the Mustangs and 1 for the Warriors there in the first half. And second Mustang penalty Mustang turnover leading to some Warrior points right at the end of the first half. And the Mustangs also capitalized on the Warrior turnover early on. And you saw Spates' 18-yard run for the touchdown. We'll take a look at the standings here in a moment so we can kind of recap. Tonight's game is pivotal for the playoff picture. You can see the PSJA Bears have clinched the district title. PSJA North is also in the playoffs, and there are 2 spots left and 4 teams vying for it. Memorial, Mission, Nikki, Rowe, and La Jolla. Right now, Memorial is down. Mission is leading La Jolla 6-0 at the break. So as it stands right now, your playoff teams would be Mission and Nikki Rowe. So Mission and Nikki Rowe have moved into the driver's seat. Memorial and La Jolla are trailing here at the moment. But the Mustangs win tonight, they'll be in the playoffs. Nikki Rowe, if they win and Mission wins, both of those teams would be advancing. La Jolla can get in if there's a 4-way tie and they win by a big score.
And the offense for the Mustangs, they're going to have a chance to come and get something going, Mark. They're a little flat in the first half.
So here is a squib kick to start things off. Mustangs pick it up at their 35-yard line. This is Nick Nelson with it. Across the 40 is hit and thrown out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Tackle on the play by Joey Partida for Nikki Rowe. And by the way, the Mustangs offense comes out onto the field. Let me correct myself from earlier. I was trying to figure out when the last time the Mustangs missed the playoffs.
It's been a while, Mark.
Yeah, it's been a lot longer than I thought. I guessed around 2011. And one of our listeners called up to the press box to let us know that was incorrect. The Mustangs actually unbeaten that year. Remember Matthew Kaufman?
Oh, yeah.
I think that was his senior year before he went to West Point. As on first down, Lotto is going to toss this to Spates with a big hole right side across midfield to the 40 and deep into Nikki Rowe territory, and a big first down here for the Mustangs here at the start of the third quarter. But the actual last time, according to Coach Littleton's wife, Mrs. Littleton, who is a statistician for all the Mustang games up here in the press box, she told us 2009 was the last time the Mustangs did not play beyond the regular season. So it's been 9 years since that happened.
And this is how quick the Mustang offense can make things work, Mark. When you have Campbell Spates, they're already at the 30-yard line on one play. Good blocking on the right side of the Mustang offensive line.
A 30-yard run by Spates. And the Mustangs knocking on the door here as they run this up. That's a run by Escaname, his first carry. Picks up about 4 to the Row 26.
Escaname on that run, Mark. He usually doesn't have a lot of opportunities, but taking advantage of that opportunity, got himself 4 yards. And let's see if the Warrior defense can continue to do what they did in the first half.
So second down and 6. Mustangs on the march here in the third. They're down 14-7. They toss Spates. Dashes by one tackler. Has the first down at the 20. Now tucks inside at the 10. Beats another tackler at the 5 and down to the 4-yard line. Maybe the 3. It'll be first and goal.
Tripped up by 27 for the Warriors.
That's 2 big runs already by Campbell Spates. You know Campbell doesn't want this one to be his last game.
22-yard run there. And another Mustang first down. So we take another look at that. You would see Campbell Spates just using a lot of patience there to wait for the hole to uncover, then slows down, cuts back inside. Finally took a couple of Warriors to bring him down, including Emilio Topete, the linebacker. But a first and goal at the 4-yard line. Unbalanced line right, and they hand off Spates, who's hit right before he could even get to the line of scrimmage, and he'll be held to no gain. Eric Morales and a couple of other Rowe defenders in there.
Omar Villarreal also in there, real quickly.
Villarreal having a big game on the defensive line for Mickey Rowe here tonight.
He got there almost as soon as Campbell Spates got the handoff. Villarreal was already on top of him.
So second and goal. Mustangs unbalanced line to the right side. Going to toss it right to Spates. Has a lead block. It breaks the tackle at the 5 and goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Spates in, standing up for his second touchdown tonight, his 27th of the year. And the Mustangs an extra point away from tying up this football game.
And Spates pretty much didn't have to do anything on that one. The blocking was there. He basically walked in. That's where I could tell you, Mark, that even you and I probably could have just walked in on that one. Excellent blocking on the right side of the Memorial Mustang offensive line. It didn't take him much, Mark. About 2 minutes to tie this game if we get this extra point.
And they've got an official's timeout at the moment. Clock is at 9:59 to play here in the third quarter. So that drive just took 2 minutes and 1 second as Memorial had a good kickoff return, then a 30-yard run by Spates, and then this run right here for the touchdown on second down and goal.
Easy going.
So the Mustangs with 134 yards rushing now at this point. And Cardenas out there ready to attempt the extra point. Murray is the snapper. Lada is the holder. With this drizzly weather, nothing is guaranteed at this point on the special teams. Good snap and hold. Kick is up and away, and Cardenas' kick is good, and he's 2 for 2 tonight, and our score is tied 14-14 with 9:59 to go here in the third quarter.
And that gives Campbell Spates 170 points on this little fine run.
Yeah, there's another look at the touchdown here on second and goal. A toss right. You can see Spates picked up some great blocking there and went into the end zone for the touchdown. And we're all tied up 14-14 here in the third quarter. Playoff spot on the line between these two teams. We'll be back on Football Night in McAllen.
At Rio Bank, our goal is to help you grow and prosper with the right financial tools, quality customer service, and banking done with honesty and integrity. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
Welcome back to DQ Fan Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. Final game of the regular season. One of these teams will be playing next week. Who will it be? We're tied at 14. And the other game that is playing for a playoff spot tonight, Mission at La Jolla. Mission was leading 6-0 as they went to the third quarter. Here's Cardenas' kick, and this will go into the end zone. Rowe won't return. There'll be a touchback. Gives us a chance to announce a little bit of sad news, Mario. McAllen Memorial's Lady Mustangs volleyball team, their glorious run came to an end in the regional tournament. The semifinals, they lost tonight to San Antonio O'Connor in 4 sets, 3-1. But still, we want to congratulate the Lady Mustangs on an outstanding season. 35 wins and 3 losses.
They were the last Valley team standing. Definitely the number 1 team in the Valley. And who can say that you went to 4 consecutive regionals?
They did, yep, 4 straight years. And Coach Lorena Lopez will be stepping down as head coach after, I believe, 13 seasons as head coach of the Lady Mustangs. She's now the assistant athletic director for McAllen ISD under Athletic Director Paula Gonzalez.
And Mark, what adjustments did Coach Littleton make right away? Within 2 minutes, that offense got going. I think a couple of, he woke them up somehow.
And here on 2nd down and 9, a quick pass to the right side. Mustang defense is there, and this is going to be a loss of yards. It was caught by Derek Luna, but the Mustangs all over it. Axel Hernandez was in there, also Christian Islas.
And that's what an offense does for you, Mark. When you score, it gives you that momentum back on your side. Let's not forget last week when they played against Far North. They were so dominant, and maybe they came out flat a little bit, but right now, this Mustang team here in the second half, early on, they look like a different team. They look like that team that played last week.
A completed pass for -4 yards, so it's 3rd and 13 now as we see the Mustangs drum line, the Mustangs cheerleaders keeping warm there on the track. As on 3rd and 13, Gomez back to throw, has time, going to throw deep over the middle, man is wide open. It's caught at the 40 in Mustang territory, and a big first down by the Warriors. That was Ruben Saenz, and his biggest catch of the night.
Big catch for Ruben Saenz, especially since it was a big 3rd down and long. I think there was somebody broke coverage, Mark.
I think so, because yeah, you can see how wide open he is.
The other thing is, Gomez, if you saw the replay, he looked to the left like he was going to throw to the left, and maybe that's how the safeties went over.
As on 1st down at the Mustang 39-yard line, they hand off to Lopez. Sophomore running back carries it for a gain of about 8 up to the 31-yard line.
And that was a huge 1st down. And now the Warriors, something that worked for them in the first half, they're hurrying up.
It's a 39-yard pass play.
You know, Marky, they don't get that 1st down, and they have to kick, especially the way the Mustang offense looked. They probably would have gotten the ball around the 40-yard line. The Mustangs would have. So a gain of 1, 3rd and 1.
Rowe is 5 for 11 on 3rd down tonight. Rodriguez in motion. They're going to hand this off. Lopez straight ahead has the 1st down up to about the 26-yard line. Brought down by Murray and Charis.
The Warriors have had some success running right up the middle behind center Daniel Alejandro, Cameron Chavarria, and A-Lock Zimmerman.
Gain of 4. The Warriors with the 1st down. As on this new 1st down, Lopez has trouble finding some space. Going to lose a yard, actually.
Quade Murray came in there quickly. Quade is not messing around. Melton Murray. Quade Murray. Isn't it Melton?
And here's Gomez with under 7 minutes to throw. Has to hurry his throw, and this is nearly picked off, and then it looks like Rodriguez may have grabbed it as they both went out of bounds. Official has not signaled yet. They're talking this over. It looked like Rodriguez may have taken it away from the Memorial defender, but was he still in bounds by the time he got control of the football?
I think this is going to be an incomplete pass. It looked like they were out of bounds. This is what you got to like about officials. Let's take a look at the replay. It's coming up to the booth, Mark. You make the call.
See there.
Looked like an interception right there. But they're both fighting for it, and by the time they gain control, they're already out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't think either player had control of it. That was
let me go get the mic
Michael Lewis fighting for it.
Good call, good call.
And
I was going to go
Rodriguez.
get the house mic from Celso Gonzalez and just tell everyone that that the completion was out of bounds. And it basically worked out better for the Warriors, Mark, because it looked like it was going to be intercepted.
Yeah, Lewis very nearly had it. Gomez had to hurry the throw because the Mustangs had the blitz on. As we see Coach Robert Flores in his 3rd year as head coach of the Warriors.
Mark, a 3rd and 11. I don't know if you want to quickly get your 1st down or just make it a reasonable 4th down.
And Gomez out of the gun. They pick up the blitz, but Gomez got to run to his right, and now he's going to be sacked. That looks like Ramon got on him. Or actually, it's Turk. Turk got the sack.
Sebastian Turk. Sebastian Turk came into this game with 22 solo tackles and 46 total tackles. He did a good job of being patient. And once he smelled the quarterback, he got him.
A loss of 7 yards. Great play by Turk. Islas also close in there, and it forced the Warriors to have to punt the football. From the
fake.
Oh, it's a fake, and they're going to throw this ball. It's caught at about the 31. It's going to be way short of the first down, however. So it was 4th and about 18. They completed it to Angel Rodriguez, who had to dive to catch it.
Somebody must have gotten confused on that, Mark, because that play didn't work very well.
And they snapped it to the up back. They threw it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez dived to make the catch. And Diego Villarreal was the closest defender on the play, but the play had no chance to convert into a first down.
Well, let's see if the Mustang offense can keep that momentum going, where they scored real quickly on their first possession.
So Mustangs take over at their own 31-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. They give it to Spates. Spates breaking a tackle, getting us all the way up to about the 38-yard line before he's knocked down by Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez coming up, make that tackle. But that was a gain of 8.
Yeah, for 8 yards up to the 39-yard line. So 5:26 to go here. As they hand this off into the backfield, Escaname, who gets across the 40 to about the 41, is close to a first down. We'll see if this is enough to move the chains, and they are going to say first down.
Yeah, he got the first down by about a yard. Escaname. And although he doesn't gain big yards, Mark, just the fact that Campbell didn't carry on that, it keeps the defense honest.
Terrific game we've had.
You know, Mark and we haven't heard much about Gregory.
Oh, and here's Spates as he's hit and knocked down. Boy, a textbook tackle there by the Warriors. Josue Alonso.
Josue Alonso. I hadn't heard his name all night, and that's a solo tackle. He read it pretty good. He actually got Campbell before he started going for a 1-yard loss. Hit him low right at the hip area. He was excited, the junior.
So 2nd and 11. Mustangs backed up to their own 40. 3-step drop by Lada. Is going to throw this intended for Gregory. Tipped up and incomplete. Good coverage on the play by, that was number 6, Noe Ramirez.
You know that Gregory's a real dangerous receiver. He wanted a penalty on that.
This is where the Mustangs are out of their comfort zone here. 3rd down and 11. They are 0 for 2 passing tonight.
Substitutions. Gregory's was going to be out. Nick Nelson is in. And Gregory's also in.
So they'll put 3 receivers to the left side, including Spates in the slot. Gregory outside left as Lada rolls out to his left, evades one tackler, then a second one, and now he's going to be sacked. And the Warriors' pass rush would just not give him any chance at all. Perales back there along with a couple of other defenders, including 25 Hunter Wise, the defensive end right there.
An aggressive Warrior defense. Give credit to the Warrior defense, Mark. Lada had no chance. Pressure right away.
And the Mustangs will have the punting unit out there. As Cardenas' kick, fair catch is called for and made at about the Rowe 28-yard line. It's Ruben Salinas with the fair catch.
28-yard line, revert to 10 Warriors.
This is what we expect in a rivalry, Mark. Close game all the way.
It's been close. We've had lead changes too. Memorial led 7-0. Rowe jumped in front 14-7 at the break. And we're tied right now at 14. 3:38 to play in the third quarter. Spates has had 2 touchdowns for the Mustangs. For Nikki Rowe, it's been Bosquez and Ruben Salinas. Touchdown run and a touchdown catch. Mustangs stepped offside, then got back in time as Gomez play action. This is complete. First down up to the 45-yard line. Good catch there by 88 Gus Cruz. I think that's his first catch this season. Cruz, a sophomore.
Yeah, a bunch of sophomores for the Warriors. Check this out. Mark Gomez, poised for a sophomore.
$15 yards on that pickup, up to the Rowe 43-yard line.
Murray came in with the leading tackler mark with 71 total tackles.
And they put Angel Rodriguez in motion, hand off Lopez, and Lopez knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Christian Sanchez in there on the tackle.
99, Christian Islas on the tackle, and also helping out another sophomore, Sanchez. No gain mark.
Under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Second down and 10. Gomez to throw it toward the right sideline. This is Salinas over there and forced out of bounds by Diego Villarreal.
And you'll give up those short passes that only gain 2 yards. But you know, Salinas is real dangerous, Mark.
Warriors 6 for 13 on third down. Clock is stopped at 2:41 to go in the third. We're tied at 14. Mustangs rush 4 as Gomez has time. Can't find anybody open. And now he's going to run it at the 50-yard line.
Ooh.
Into Memorial territory to the 49. It's going to be about 2 yards shy as an open field tackle there by the Mustangs.
Morales. I thought he was going to get a first down, Mark. It looked like he had more room. So it's big decision time here with 4th and 2. What is Coach Robert Flores going to do for the Warriors?
And there's an official's timeout right now. It's the ball spotted at the Memorial 49. It's 2 yards shy of the first down, so 4th and 2 at the moment after a pickup of 6 on the play.
Do you kick it, Mark, and keep the Mustangs pinned? Or try to get a first down and risk the fact that if you don't get a first down, you're going to give the ball away.
Yeah, you're giving the team the ball at midfield.
Yeah.
That's a tough call there. We're going to go ahead and take a break while we think about it. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. We're tied 14-14. We're back here at DQ Fan Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. 2:20 to go in the third quarter. And Rowe's going to send their punting unit out there.
And I think they're doing that, Mark, because isn't it Gomez kind of had a slight injury?
Yeah, Gomez came off the field.
So they don't want to take a risk without your quarterback.
So on 4th and 2, Rowe will punt. Low snap, but no rush. It's going to take a Warrior bounce and go out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. And the Mustangs will have field position from right there with 2:08 to play here in the third quarter. Yeah, if your quarterback's not in there on a 4th and 2 play, you're probably better off punting the football. But your defense is playing pretty well tonight. And you can pin the Mustangs back deep. You still got plenty of time in this game, and we are in a tie game. You're not trailing. See the Warrior cheerleaders. And at the old college try here tonight as Spates running to the right side, crosses the 25 up to about the 27. We're going to give him the 28, so a gain of 4 on the play.
Josiah Alonso coming up again to make a tackle.
And clock running now, under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. By the way, score from La Jolla. Mission is leading La Jolla 14-7 in the third quarter.
Gain of 4 brings up second
If Mission
down,
wins
6
that, they will go into the playoffs. And that would mean the winner of this game would get into the playoffs as well. As we have a handoff here, this is Bazan with it. And Bazan, a wide receiver on a running play, carries it all the way up to the 42, a gain of 14 and a first down.
And we know Bazan has had some good games, Mark. He's been real quiet today. No receptions.
Yeah, Bazan came in with touchdown catches in 5 of his last 7 games. He's been a hot hand. But with this weather tonight, has been quiet in the passing games. I think it was Bosquez who made the tackle there.
At
Bosquez
this time, Mark, with playoff implications, you're going to put your good athletes going both ways.
And Lotta fakes the handoff, being flushed out to his left, was chased by Villarreal. Now he's going to be wrapped up. Had nowhere to throw the football, and it's going to be tackled at the 41-yard line. A good play there by Josea Alonso again.
Did you see that close down speed by Josea Alonso?
In fact, that's going to be actually a loss of a yard.
It looked like Lara had an opportunity to get more yards than that. Take a look at the replay. Lara couldn't find anybody open, then felt the pressure, rolled out. And Josea Alonso closing that down. Good tackle in the open field.
So split backfield behind Lotta. He's going to toss it left, and
Penalty.
there's a whistle. This will be against the Mustangs.
False start, number 9, offense. Replay, second down.
It's just the first penalty of the second half.
Brings up second down, 15.
So congratulations to the PSJA Bears for the district championship, Coach Lupe Rodriguez, and to the PSJA North Raiders, Coach Kaufman. Runner-ups.
Yeah, former Mustang offensive coordinator Marcus Kaufman taking the Raiders into the playoffs, and we've got one more quarter to decide which of these two teams goes into the playoffs. We've reached the end of the third quarter. The score is tied at 14. Mustangs have the football at the 36-yard line in their own territory. We're going to take a break. Be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Welcome to the What's Better game at Bogus. It doesn't matter how you roll, just pick the wheels that fit your style, new or pre-owned.
And we're back here as we see Campbell Spates weaving his way through traffic, picks up a first down, gets into road territory to the 47-yard line. It's a 17-yard run by Campbell Spates.
So this is it, Mark. This is the biggest quarter of the year for both teams. Campbell Spates making something happen. On this one, he used his quickness. He saw that there was nothing open. Still was able to get at least 10 yards. So this is the biggest quarter of the year for both teams. Who's going to the playoffs and who's possibly staying home.
So 11 and a half minutes. We're in the fourth quarter, and here's a toss. Spates right side has some blocking. Is hit at the 45 and fights his way up to about the 43. Gain of about 4 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Adam Alvarado in on the tackle.
See big Taylor Dowd there in your screen there on the left side, number 72, 320-pound tackle, only a junior. That right side, the Mustangs have been favoring tonight, and they moved Alex Escobar to right guard tonight, but I think because he's a little bit heavier for guard, and with Dowd on that right side at the tackle, they've got a lot of muscle there on the right side of that offensive line.
Everybody's anxious in this play.
The score at halftime was Rowe 14, Memorial 7. Rowe had scored a touchdown on the last play of the first half to take that 7-point lead. Mustangs scored on the first drive after the third quarter kickoff. and tied up the game at 14, and that's where we stand right now.
Ball start, 72, offense, 5 yards, replay, second down.
Penalty of the Mustangs. Makes it about a 2nd and 12. So Mark, pretty much you're gonna have to go with your bread and butter. How many times do you think Campbell Spates will carry in this possessions?
In this quarter, probably at least 10 more times as they hand off Spates here. Has a hole to the right side, bounces outside. First down and more down the right sideline, and then bounced out of bounds near the 20. A big run of nearly 30 yards by the junior running back.
I don't know who got the tackle on that one because the binoculars, the road numbers are hard to see from up here.
Yeah, 26 yards.
But that was an excellent blocking on the right side. Number 28 for the Warriors did a great job of Angel Rodriguez of preventing a touchdown.
So Mustangs 1st and 10 at the Rowe 22. They hand off Castro moving up the middle, and he's hit and fights his way forward for a gain of about 2 before he's pushed back.
Contact,
It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Topete in on the tackle.
Mustangs now over 200 yards rushing in this game. They came in averaging about 266.
So get ready for Campbell Spates. This where everything is, do you go left or do you go right? I mean, I would not want to be a defensive coordinator at this time, Mark. Ethan Bazan has also been real quiet.
And Bazan lined up to the right side right now. They're going to toss it to Spates, trying to get outside right. He's going to be hit in the backfield. And a great defensive play there by Alonso.
Jose Alonso. Expect Jose Alonso to be a first-team linebacker. He has had a pretty good year. A couple of interceptions during the year.
Yeah, lost
Nobody
back to
blocked him. Nobody blocked him. That's the only way you can prevent Campbell Spates from getting big yardage. You got to get to him quickly.
Loss of 6. And Mustangs haven't done well on 3rd down tonight. They're 2 for 7. There's a low snap. Lauda forced to rush. Now he's going to run it. Has the first down straight up the middle at the 15. Still going at the 10. Now the 5. And down to about the 2-yard line.
And Lauda, Mark, first of all, the snap was not that good. That has to be the best play of the year for Lauda. He's done good all year, but that one right there, Mark, is special, especially in the condition. Look at that. Bad snap and turned a disaster into a positive play. And now the Mustangs 1st and goal at the 4 with Campbell Spates in the backfield. Very difficult for the Warrior defense.
Terrific play by Lauda. There's an unbalanced line to the left. They'll hand off Spates as the ball comes loose, and I think Spates fell on it. And so it'll be 2nd and goal, but they lose yardage back to the 7.
That was so
almost
dangerous.
A big turn of events right there. There's already been 2 turnovers against Memorial tonight. First road defender there on the play was Vidial, the defensive tackle.
Mark, this is high school football. They're kids. You never know. That's not the way you usually hand the ball off. It was kind of like a pitch out. I think the quarterback, Lauda, expected Campbell Spates to be closer to him.
Unbalanced left, and they hand off Spates running left, straight ahead into the end zone. Touchdown! And Campbell Spates has his 3rd touchdown of the night, and the Mustangs have regained the lead 20-14 midway through the 4th quarter.
And this is why this is a team sport, Mark. Tomorrow, the newspaper will show that Campbell Spates had a great game. But that play by Lauda, where he got the big first down, is a huge play.
7:44 left in the 3rd quarter as the extra point attempt by Cardenas is up and good. He's 3 for 3 tonight. And it's the Mustangs in front now by 7, 21-14 over Nikki Rowe. They've had 14 unanswered here in this 2nd half. They were down 7 at the break, now lead by 7. Just under 8 minutes to play as we do the smile cam now.
Showcase our students
Still some smiling faces on the Rowe side, and some smiling faces on the Memorial side too.
Thank you.
Mark, that's touchdown number 28 for Campbell Spates. 176
We want to recognize our
points.
Casa de Driving School Cheerleader of the Week.
And he's
Congratulations
fighting
to
for the
Megan
district
Jackson
title,
of Rowe
Campbell
High
Spates,
School.
to see if he can beat Eddie Villarreal from La Jolla.
Driver's Ed for teens and adults.
And Spates.
How's La Jolla doing, Mark?
How about this stat? 5 games in a row in which he's had at least 3 touchdowns, including tonight.
A scoring machine.
And by the way, a scoring update from La Jolla. It's Mission 21, La Jolla 7 in the third quarter. So if the results hold as they are right now, it would be Memorial and Mission advancing into the playoffs.
And you know, actually, Campbell Spates has more points, Mark, than the 2 teams that are not making the playoffs.
On that scoring drive here, Mario, a thing of beauty for the Mustangs. 11 plays, 76 yards, took 6 minutes, 24 seconds off the clock.
Mustang football, that's what we've accustomed to the last several years.
And here's a bit of a squib kick. Is it going to be picked up at the 36? No return. A smart play there,
Yes,
actually,
sir.
by number 20, Derek Luna, who simply got the football and fell on it at the 36. So Rowe will have good field position here. Still plenty of time. 7:43 to go in the game. They've got all 3 of their timeouts, but they do trail by a touchdown.
Well, the adjustments at halftime has been definitely on the Mustang offense, but the defense has also done a good job. Here's the touchdown. Now, this is not the touchdown. That was a big play where Lara got that big first down.
Yeah, a lot of set up. Spates has run 2 plays later from 7 yards out as we see a pass to the receiver, Ruben Saenz. And that will get him a first down for Nikki Rowe. Gain of... See where they're showing the touchdown again by Campbell Spates, his 3rd touchdown of this game. And an 11-yard pickup there by Ruben Saenz here at live action. And there's a run ahead by the Mustangs, by the Warriors. That's Lorenzo Lopez.
Lorenzo Lopez is a running back that can get you the quick yards and the big runs, the speed runner.
Warriors now over 100 yards rushing in this game as Lopez picked up 5. Islas with the tackle. 7:02 to play in the game. And Gomez at quarterback will hand this off, and they get up to about the line of scrimmage again before they're forced back. Sebastian Turk with the tackle on Lopez.
Kristen Islas and also Sebastian Turk. Both defenses have done pretty good, Mark. Except here in the second half, the Warriors are giving up more yards.
It's actually a loss of a yard. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 now. It's getting a little bit dicey here for the Warriors. They're at the Memorial 49-yard line. They put a man in motion as Gomez rolls out to his right. He's going to throw toward the right sideline. Caught by Savage, and Savage knocked down at about the 44. I think he's going to be just short of the first down.
Short.
It'll bring up a 4th down and very short.
And this could be the biggest play of the year for the Warriors, Mark. 4th and 1.
Yeah, and they're going to do a quick count. They hand it off, and the Mustangs stuff it. Mustangs stuff it. Lopez was the ball carrier. Never had a chance as the Mustangs got good penetration on the line of scrimmage. Sanchez was in there. Murray was in there. And the Mustangs forced a turnover on downs.
And you know, Mark, one of our keys to the game was the defenses. And the defense for the Mustang coming up with a big play. A bunch of Mustangs on that one. They smelled that play out, and they were all over it. Quade Murray and Christian Sanchez.
Yeah, Charis also in there, and Morales in there too.
I don't know, Mark. I don't know if the Warriors are going to get the ball back.
1st and 10. The Mustangs will hand this off to Spates, who gets up to the 50-yard line, a gain of 3.
I want to say this, Mark, with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go, more or less. I don't know if the Warriors will get the ball back because the Mustang offense is looking like they're doing a lot better. Unless they score a quick touchdown, they'll get the ball back. But we'll see. We'll see. Josiah Alonso can come up with a big play.
2nd down and 7. Mustangs will keep it on the ground. Here they're running it to the left side. This is Castro. Castro going to be tackled in the open field Nice tackle there by Jorge Beretta. And I believe he got the first down, though, or was he going to be just short? Yeah, that's going to be a first down as he got exactly 7 yards to the Rowe 43-yard line.
The good news for the Warriors is that they do have 3 timeouts.
Mustangs with 9 first downs compared to 4 for Rowe here in this second half. And you're right, Mario. I mean, the Mustangs, they have their way. They will not put the ball in the air again tonight. They'll keep it on the ground and force Rowe to have to stop them as we're under 5 minutes to go now. 1st and 10, they'll hand off Castro, lead block Spates, and Castro fighting his way forward, gain of nearly 5. Domian puts in a good block. We got a flag on the field, though. Tackle on the play by Beretta once again.
Beretta having a good night. Hunter Wise also in on the tackle.
And so the clock stops at 4:39 as the officials talk this over. The ball spotted at the moment at the Rowe 38.
There's been a lot of penalties tonight on the Mustangs.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 3 on the offense.
Ooh.
15 yards, second down.
Wow, so they picked up 5 yards, and then after the play, a 15-yard personal foul against the Mustangs.
And that's exactly what the Warriors needed, Mark.
So that's going to move the ball all the way back into Mustang territory at their own 47-yard line. Well, that is a costly penalty. But it is 2nd down and 20. As they're going to toss it to Spates, right side, trying to get outside, crosses the 50 and then goes down to about the 48. Rowe wouldn't let him turn that corner. Copete in there on the tackle, along with Alonso. And a gain of 5 on the play to bring 3rd down and 15.
You know, Mark, if it wasn't for that penalty, I don't know if the Warriors have enough to come up with a big stop. And then Coach Flores needs to start thinking about the timeouts.
We do have a timeout called.
That's the first timeout, second half.
But that was actually a timeout, wasn't it, by the Mustangs?
Yeah, Mustangs taking their first timeout. Rowe still has all 3 of their timeouts, but Memorial up 21-14 right now with 4:05 to play in the game. Mustangs have the ball, but facing a 3rd and 15 at the Rowe 48-yard line. Doing the smile cam now here at DQ Fan Field. You could see the cheerleaders a moment ago were throwing some footballs, plastic footballs up into the crowd. Fans having a good time here tonight. The drizzle has stopped.
Oh, I recognize that kid right there. That's Coach Yerba's son. Pretty good little basketball player. I shouldn't say little, he's about 6'5".
Yep. But he's basketball season already
yes, sir.
Underway for the girls, I believe, right?
Yes, sir.
And the boys probably start pretty soon.
And the Lady Mustang basketball team is favored in their district.
Okay, we're back to live action now. 3rd down and 15 for the Mustangs, moving right to left as they are at the Rowe 48. And Lotta's going to roll out to his left. Looks like he wants to throw the football. Now he's going to try to run it. Is hit and knocked out of bounds. That's exactly what Rowe needed, is that they're going to stop the clock. The shoe came off one of the defenders.
That's like saving you a timeout, Mark. Lotta was probably better off just taking a knee there inbounds and at least force a timeout. But see what that penalty did, Mark? It stopped the first down.
Yeah, they went from 2nd and 5 to 2nd and 20. And now the Mustang punting unit out there with 3:57 to go in the game. Rowe does not put on a rush. Memorial's 5th punt. There will be no return as the ball is going to be killed at the 16-yard line. So an excellent punt there of 30 yards, but they're going to kill it inside the 20. 3:46 left in the game. Warriors have all 3 of their timeouts. They're down by 7. Need to go the length of the field to tie this game up.
But there is enough time, Mark, especially because The Warriors have 3 timeouts, and you know that the clock stops on every first down.
High drama here at Veterans Memorial Stadium tonight. Warriors playing for their season. 1st and 10. Gomez, play action, has time, gonna throw deep right side, and it's incomplete, intended for Signs. Little bit too beyond his reach. Michael Pequeño with good coverage on the play.
There was a little bit of contact there, Mark, but Pequeño did the right thing. He turned to see the throw.
There you see Pequeño right there, a junior cornerback. They haven't tested him much tonight. They've been going to Diego Villarreal's side. And that may have been one of those things they were trying to set up, maybe trying to set up something on the opposite side. So they went deep for Signs. And now on 2nd down and 10, Mustangs will rush 5, and Gomez forced to run. He's going to be wrapped up and pulled down by Turk. As he got back to the line of scrimmage, it'll be 3rd down and 10. And now the Warriors need to get some positive yardage here on 3rd down. So they're probably looking at 4-down territory with over 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes to play in the game.
And be careful with Axel Hernandez and company, Mark, because you know they're going to send obvious passing down.
Yeah, 3rd down and 10 from their 17. Mustangs rush 5 again. Gomez is going to run it. He's up ahead across the 25, and he'll go down there. It'll bring up 4th down and 2. I think Murray was in there on the tackle.
Gomez made the right decision, Mark, because if he wouldn't have taken off, they were getting ready to sack him. So here's the season right here on this 4th down, Mark.
He picked up 9 yards on 3rd and 10. So we take a look at this replay. And it was a good open field tackle by Murray. Prevented the 1st down. Turk also in there on the tackle. But 4th down and 1 here for Warriors. They're 0 for 3 on 4th down. It's going to be play action by Gomez. They throw a quick out, and it's caught by Signs, and they have the 1st down.
Oh, wow. He barely went out of bounds, Mark.
Signs even gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 2:08 to play, and the Warriors still have life.
And the clock stops, and they do have life, Mark, with 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go. But, boy, that was close. Gomez almost lost his balance right here, and he did a good job of not falling down, Mark.
Yeah, he falls down, and
it's over.
It's Mustang football. And Signs a good job. Big senior there, coming up big on 4th down and 1 with a 7-yard catch. And now Gomez rolling out right on 1st down, throws it toward the sideline. It's caught and out of bounds. That's Angel Rodriguez with the catch, and they pick up a few yards and stop the clock with 2:02 to play. It's Mustangs 21, Warriors 14. Last score we heard between the Eagles and Coyotes was Mission 21 and La Jolla 7. So as it stands right now, the winner of these 2 games between Mission La Jolla and Rowe and Memorial will go into the playoffs. So we see another pass long to the left side is incomplete.
Slightly overthrown. It had a chance.
Once again going for Ruben Salinas, deep and good coverage by Villarreal.
Diego Villarreal. Wow.
So it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Maybe a possible pass down the middle. Try to get yourself. 3rd and 6.
Rowe passing tonight, 14 for 23 for 129 yards. Touchdown pass by Gomez in this game to Salinas. On 3rd down and 6, he's going to roll out to his left side. Being chased there by Sanchez, and Sanchez chases him out of bounds. Technically a sack, and it'll bring up 4th down. And for the 2nd time on this drive, the Warriors will have to go for it. There's a loss of 3 yards. And the Warriors with 1:50 on the clock, still with all 3 of their timeouts. Facing a 4th and 9.
The good news is that the Warriors are a passing team, so this is not. They're going to probably call a timeout, Mark. No, they're not. But this could be the season right here for the Warriors.
Play clock is down to 5 seconds. They snap it on 4th and 9. Quarterback Gomez wants to run, going left side, picks up a block downfield, and he goes down. Looks like he's going to be a full yard shy of the first down. It's going to be Mustang football. Minute 39 left in the game. And
Great
officials
Murray.
are signaling now, and it's Mustang football. As Gomez picked up 8 yards on 4th and 9, and the Mustangs will get the football back with a minute 39 to go. Now Rowe still has a chance here if they can hold the Mustangs without a first down.
Gomez thought he had the open field to get that extra yard, but it just didn't happen. But the Warriors do have 3 timeouts.
The Warriors will have to use all 3 of their timeouts, keep the Mustangs without a first down. Looks like a broken play here. Lotta pitches it out to Spates. Ball's loose on the field, and I think the Warriors may have it. Was he still in bounds? And they're signaling yes, first down Warriors. And it's the 3rd turnover of the night against the Mustangs. And look who recovered that. That was Hunter Wise, the defensive end.
And Mark, that play didn't look good when it started. That's the second time. You recall earlier, Lotta did a pitch out that he shouldn't have, and on that one, I don't think that's what that play was.
Yeah, it looked like a broken play.
Lotta should have just kept the ball and just fallen on it. New life.
So the Warriors, after only 1 play, get it right back at the 48-yard line. There's a minute 32, so they only lost 7 seconds in the exchange of possessions. They still have all 3 of their timeouts. An official's timeout at the moment. One of the officials on the far sideline talking to the defensive coordinator, Coach Moses Patterson of Memorial. Coach Patterson had a question. So could this game get any more dramatic? With Mission having a 2-touchdown lead against La Jolla, it looks like the Eagles will take up the 3rd playoff spot, and then the winner of this game will get that last playoff spot. As we take a look at that play. It was a pitch right to Spates. Spates never got control, and then Wise jumped on it for the Warriors. Did a good job of making sure the ball didn't get out of bounds either. Yes, 1st and 10. Gomez rolling out to his right, going to throw toward the right. Nearly intercepted, but it's caught by Salinas. One of the Mustangs went for the interception, and Salinas making the catch and moving the ball up to the Mustang 41. It's a first down.
And more importantly, Mark, it went out of bounds, so the clock stopped. 1 minute and 26 seconds to go with 3 timeouts. The Warriors on the 41-yard line. Plenty of time.
Take a look at that replay. This is a great throw by Gomez. You can say Vidal was the one who nearly, not quite picked it off, but would have tipped it. As we see a long throw down the right sideline, this is going to be incomplete and overthrew the intended receiver. I believe that was intended for Salinas once again. Mustangs had 2 players down there in coverage, Shadis and Vidal.
And you would think by now that this game would have been over, Mark, but let's not forget that big penalty when the Mustangs had a 2nd and 5. It went to 2nd and 20. And then this fumble. Anything can happen.
Now, if this game ends up tied at the end of regulation, they go to overtime.
Maybe we should go to overtime.
But that's still a ways off. Minute 19 to go. Warriors will hand this off to Lopez. Lopez hit behind the line, but surges forward to about the 40 and a gain of 1 yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Sanchez in on that tag.
Warriors 6 for 17 on 3rd down tonight. 56 seconds left in the game. Clock is running. Warriors not using a timeout here. 3rd down and 8. And now we've got a whistle. I think the Warriors did call timeout. They don't want to do anything helter-skelter.
That's the first timeout, 2nd half.
They don't want to do anything haphazardly here on 3rd and long. So they use their first timeout, stop the clock with 49 seconds left.
Let's not forget that the Warriors scored with 1 second there? Or no, the clock went out.
Yeah, they scored on the
before.
last play of the first half. And without that touchdown at the end of the half, they would be basically out of it right now. They'd be down 21-7.
And if the Eagles do get that third spot, congratulations to Coach Coy Detmer.
If the Eagles go in, then the winner of this game would go in. It wouldn't matter about the positive points that we spoke of if we ended up in 3 or 4-way ties. Mustangs on top 21-14. And what a game between these two teams, too.
Very entertaining, Mark.
We've seen a lot of ups and downs, a lot of vicissitudes tonight, but both teams still hanging in there. 49 seconds left, and here's a 3rd and 8 for the Warriors. Gomez back to throw, has time, he's going to throw it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Was intended for Cruz. Cruz unable to hang on. It'll bring up 4th down.
And that's unfortunate drop there, Mark, because it appeared that the Warriors were going to get a first down. Gomez did a good job of being patient.
See, Gomez had time to throw, but here it is, 4th down now, 4th down and 8. Here's your season as Gomez back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, now trying to run forward. He's going to be hit, and he's going to go down. It's going to be another turnover on downs. A big play by Axel Hernandez with the sack. Came in with 4 sacks tonight. I believe that's his 5th of the year, and none have been bigger than that one. It'll be a turnover on downs for the 2nd time here in the last 5 minutes.
And considering that Gomez is a backup quarterback, just a sophomore, Mark, this is a time when you miss your starting quarterback, Jonas Ortiz, he's a track star, so he has that speed. But pretty much the protection just broke down.
And I think all the Mustangs have to do is simply snap the ball
twice
3 times because Rowe does have 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
But the Warriors don't have to pick up a first down. There's only 36 seconds left, and now we've got a timeout called.
That's the second timeout.
And you know why they called a timeout, right, Mark? Remember what happened the last time?
And Memorial calling a timeout, their 2nd timeout. And I think it's just so Coach Littleton can tell the players to just calm down and just focus on execution, snap the football, make sure you have it, then take a knee. Now with this weather we are having, everything is unpredictable. We've had 4 turnovers tonight, 3 by Memorial, 1 by Rowe. And several of those turnovers leading to points. Memorial's defense, though, you got to hand it to them. Coming up big here in this 4th quarter, stopping the Warriors on downs.
Well, they have a shutout
twice here in the last 5 minutes.
A shutout in the second half. And we talked about one of our keys to the game, the defenses. And a good defense usually gets the ball back to your offense, and that's what the Memorial defense did.
So here we go. 2 timeouts left for Rowe, and Lotta's going to hand it off. This is Castro running to the left side, and he uses both hands to protect the football as he goes down at about the 43 and a gain of about 5. So clock is running, and Rowe not using their timeouts. Clock is under 20 seconds now. And that may be it. That is going to be it. Memorial will not have to snap it again. And the final score is going to be Memorial 21 and Nikki Rowe 14. So Memorial with 3 touchdowns tonight by Campbell Spates, scoring in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th quarters. Came back from a 14-7 halftime deficit to overtake the Rowe Warriors tonight, 21-14, and advance to the playoffs for about the 10th straight year. And we see handshaking now between the Warriors and Mustangs. A lot of good sportsmanship here. And all these players have seen each other a lot. They've seen each other in middle school, seen each other, of course, on sub-varsity teams, and then, of course, here at the varsity level. A lot of respect on both sides. Mustangs winning it 21-14. We'll go to Jake Berry for an interview on the field in just a moment. Looking at our final stats here tonight, the Mustangs had 242 yards rushing, none passing, so a total of 242 yards on the ground for them. And then Campbell Spates with 3 touchdowns tonight to give him 28 on the season. That's 5 straight games in which he's had at least 3 touchdowns. So he's been on fire here at the close of the season. Scored all 3 tonight on runs of 18 yards, 4 yards, and 7 yards. And here's a look at the first quarter. This is the 18-yard run right there. So he went in for a 7-0 lead, and that's the way it stood at the end of the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, it would be Rowe that would come back. And here on a 1st and goal from the 7 was Bosquez. And he churned his way into the end zone for the touchdown, getting his 9th touchdown of the year. And we were all tied at 7. And then this play, this would be Bosquez again, who played offense and defense tonight, getting the interception. He'd run that back to the Mustang 35. Penalty moved him back to the 50, but the Warriors would still move down the field, get it to the 13-yard line, and have time for one play before halftime. In the last 6 seconds of the first half, they lobbed this one for Ruben Salinas, his 7th touchdown catch this season, Gomez's 3rd touchdown pass, and that made it 14-7 at halftime. That was on the last play of the first half, and the Warriors had the momentum. Then in the third quarter, the Mustangs had a big run by Spates of 30 yards that helped set up that short run there of 4 yards. That was his 2nd touchdown, and we were tied at 14 heading into the fourth quarter. That's where the Mustang defense would come up big, but there were some other big plays still to come as we see that big pass there for nearly 40 yards, Ruben Saenz. And the Warriors would get in close, but they would be unable to punch it in the second half. And there we see Joseph Lada with a big run here. This was on a 3rd down play, and that set up a 1st and goal situation. And then on 2nd and goal, it would be Spates who would push it in from 7 yards out. That's this play right here. His 3rd score of the night, and the Mustangs had the lead for good at that point, 21-14. But the defense had to come up big twice there before the end to finally produce the win. There we see a key play right there. After the Mustangs had forced a turnover on downs, they would turn it right back over with that miscue there. And Hunter Wise recovering for Nikki Rowe. And the Warriors would be back in business with about a minute and a half left in the game, but as you saw later, they turned it over on downs at the Memorial 38-yard line before they could really get close to try for any kind of Hail Mary pass or something like that. So the Mustangs win it 21-14 over Nikki Rowe. Memorial improves to 6-4 overall and 5-2 in the district. They win their 4th straight game. For Nikki Rowe, they'll miss the playoffs for the first time in 3 years. They finished 5-5 overall, 3-4 in the district. And but Nikki Rowe with a lot of young players. They've got Jonas Ortiz at quarterback, who'll be back as a senior next year. James Gomez will be back as a junior. Angel Rodriguez will be back. Lorenzo Lopez will be back. Ruben Salinas will be back. And David Savage also, and Noe Ramirez. So a lot of players will be coming back. Rowe's going to be a strong team next year. But Memorial moving on to play at least one more week. They'll play for the bi-district title next week. But right now, let's celebrate this win here for Memorial as we go to Jake Berry down on the sideline. Take it away, Jake.
And this is Jake Berry with the Sideline Postgame Show, and I'm here with the victorious Joseph Lada. Tell me about this game, because it was scary at halftime.
Yes, it was a very scary game. We were down at halftime 14-7, but we came up strong.
What did Coach Littleton say to you in the locker room, if you can tell us, to those halftime adjustments?
Oh, he just said to keep our heads up, play our butt off, and just keep going.
What can you say about this kind of game, especially going into the playoffs? How does this prepare you guys?
It prepares us against whoever we're playing, but it just prepared us because we were down, and then we just came up as a team and won.
Congratulations on the victory, and good luck next week.
Thank you, sir.
Joseph Lada, victorious QB for the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. And we're going to have Bill Littleton step in right now. Coach, how you doing?
I'm here.
Coach, it was a tough game, especially with the weather in the first half. You guys were down 14-7 at half. What did you guys say in the locker room?
Well, I just challenged them, if they didn't wake up and start playing, they weren't going to get to play anymore. Senior's going to be over with, and, we just, we didn't play our best ball the first half. We didn't play with any emotion, any intensity, but got to take our hats off to it again. We come back second half and found a way to win.
Rowe came out. They were on a mission. Your defense seemed to step up in the second half, and then combine that with Spates' performance.
Yeah, it helped that they lost. It helped us that they lost their fullback. He was hurting us the first half. Great football player, and Coach Floyd's done a great job over there. And the defense did step up, but we got to get better than what we were tonight.
Since we probably aren't going to have you at home next week, who does it look like you're going to play next round?
Well, if I had to guess right now, I know who we play. It's going to be Alexander, and Alexander got beat tonight, so United won the district, so they'll have first call on the stadium over there. So I anticipate sometime Saturday. I don't know exactly what time, but we'll be traveling to Laredo to the Student Activity Center sometime on Saturday.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Bill Littleton of the McAllen Memorial Mustangs are headed back to the playoffs again. For everyone at MITV and our superintendent, our school board, we'd like to say thank you for watching, and we hope to see you more in the playoffs. I'm Jake Berry. We'll see you next time.